I want a sandwich. Now. Oh, sandwich wench. Yo, wench. Sandwich. Now. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, sandwich wench. I want a sandwich. Sandwich. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of this thing in my place. Something without a cork. Not worth.
Not worth a cork.
Da, 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 da. We need some kind of jingle. He's got to get a guitar out and work a jingle out.
What we
for
need?
it.
No, I reckon we need a drum roll followed by a pop.
Some drumsticks. I've just done the spin on the spot. I know I've got drumsticks there. Oh yeah, they're up on the top shelf in the corner. With a drum pad and some djembe drums. But you need your hands for those.
Drum roll and pop.
Bongos and djembes. I could do a little jingle on a guitar, couldn't I? I just need to plug that little crappy amp my dad gave back to me in.
Yeah.
Plug that in and work out something without it sounding like absolute sexual abuse. And that's going to get us demonetized. Thank you for laughing over it, though. That helps. Joining me, obviously, as always, is Dave. Say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
How is Dave?
Dave is mixed.
Mixed, yeah. It's interesting.
Dave was good, and then he went downhill, and the prospect of drinking has perked him back up again.
To be fair, you had a solid... That's essentially a double, isn't it?
Yes, and we did have a solid steak beforehand. So
that was quite a large steak.
Yes. I asked him for some nice chunky ones, and he obliged.
I'll take your word for it. I wasn't there.
It was not the ginger guy. It was the other guy. I think, well, the more senior guy, I think.
He runs it.
Yeah, but he did the rib for my parents.
He's the guy that does does Christmas hampers for me. Anyway,
did that and all our stuff.
Hello, Yemps. Hi, Bri. Hope you're both well today.
Hello, Yempy.
This is our pre-gig show. I say show. We have set ourselves a little lofty coffee goal because we decided we want to fleece you guys for what pennies you don't have, and we know Yempy, you will never share with us because you don't like us. No. But
Yempy doesn't understand the concept of money.
Hi, G-Dubs. Hi, Bubbly. Hope you're all well.
Giving to those less fortunate than herself.
We have been for a while toying with an idea with themes for these streams, which one we do next. And we thought we'd go up in age statement because we went with the youngest, but technically this wouldn't be or shouldn't be the next one. 8-year-old should have been next.
Yeah.
However, we don't have many 8-year-old whiskies.
It would have been a very short stream. It may have been one or two.
It would have been a couple Taliskers.
It would have been a very short stream.
It would have been quite a few glasses of it. But I think I've got a few others.
Or a very, very long stream that got more and more ridiculous.
No, I think I have a few very young age statement whiskies that could feature, but we've gone with 10 because we thought, we'll take a break from the distilleries for a couple streams, and we have a couple streams I now know for certain lined up in April. We also have a Discord one lined up for Monday, but that's not the theme for the day. So yes, keep an eye on Discord. Tomorrow I'll or Dave or one of us will post in the bar to let you know what it is. It's Dave's turn, so shall be glorious. It's his time to announce it, I guess.
Dave has prepared and actually remembered of the things he forgot. He did
so
remember the whiskey.
So proud of you. Well, you remembered that at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, we thought we'd go with 10-year-old age statement whiskies because we've got between us quite a lot of 10-year-old whiskies. Yeah. And many of them will not be featuring because I can't be arsed.
And we don't think you'll all stick around while we have like our 12th dram.
I don't think I'd stick around. I think I would have checked out at like 7 or 8.
Yeah, the stream will have transferred to us lying on the floor going, but I'm meant to be the big spoon. And then the laptop will die, and then there'll just be dead air.
Yeah,
and, very embarrassing.
The fuck you babbling about? Nothing really. Hello, the Walking Wrinkle.
It's just your lack of willingness to part with your
Deutschmark.
money, your Deutschmark, your
Is that it?
I don't know, euro.
No, I
I,
don't
think it's euros these days.
Is it?
For a good cause or a bad cause, depending on how you view us. But
Good cause. Always a good cause. Scheiße. So
schnell, Kartoffelkopf.
We've had to take a somewhat more relaxed approach to this version, image-wise, because Dave didn't get here till time was against us to get the photos done. So we've gone with standard images derived from the internet. Tasting notes are fairly obvious.
Quite possibly the good chaps at Master of Malt.
All from there. Hi, MJ. Hope you're well. It should be a good stream, yes, because 10-year-old whiskies are an interesting one. One of them, I know for certain, is considered one of the best in Ireland.
Yeah.
It legitimately is considered one of the best for value for money. One we've had before. In fact, we had it on a stream for non-Islay peated, which was a good episode. One is a guarantee we know we can get absolutely shit-faced on it, called Talisker 10. One is an unknown, but I have the 12-year-old and a sample of the 10. And the other is a literal unknown from a distillery so small it's barely considered one.
Yeah.
But if we like it, you might hear a word during the stream. No, you won't hear that.
Only from Meg, because Dave recently boshed a bottle he shouldn't have boshed. But
no, you did, because they won't be selling it much longer.
No.
So you had to, or you would not have got one.
This is true. That's how I'm justifying it.
It's very limited, and they're not going to be doing it again. I've got my 15. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I don't, and I got that for my birthday from them. So
I paid him free, so I haven't technically bought it yet.
I haven't boshed. I've been very well behaved. But it's an interesting time to do this. Haven't seen you live since Jizzgate. Gee, that was a while. Hi. We're going to go with 10-year-old whiskies and. We have some streams planned. We have a list on a Discord server where he and I post things related to these streams and Instagram as well. And the next one on the list is one I'm actually quite excited about. Whether or not we do it next, I don't know. If we ignore the one that's derived from my bottom shelf collection, which would have been next, the next one would be an entirely Islay stream. Right? Dave's got a look on his face like, I'm going to jizz behind this bar and you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, an entirely Islay stream. And think about what
I feel like that's doable.
I saw a great review today of Lefroy 10. It was a tweet. Somebody compared Kilcherman with a cast strength 10-year-old Lefroy.
I saw you put it in the thing, and I haven't read it yet.
I wrote yes. And the replies underneath were saying, Kilcherman, because Lefroy tastes like. And then they just list off all these negatives. And I'm like, bitch, you're just saying the 10. This is the cask strength. There is no way you're saying that about a cask strength Lefroy. Go sit on a fence post that hasn't been treated. Like, literally. I've looked to the Seaweed and Aeons digging in fire. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Well, hopefully we get to it. Because we haven't got the image for it.
Yes, that is whiskey number 6.
Yes, it depends on how we
get
feel.
To 6.
Yes, it's definitely a case of... It has to be last because it's an Islay. Because you can't. Yeah. Then
again, as we've learned from a previous stream, it doesn't have to be an Islay.
No, but
as I touched the
that
top
one,
of
that was a dedicated.
We'll have.
The Seaweed and Aeons is a dedicated Islay.
Yes.
It's not. I've had it. It's not the same. It really isn't. And on that note, actually, there are some 10-year-old whiskies that were going to be included that were not. One is an Islay Lefroy.
Yeah.
Highland Park 10 Viking Scars.
Yes.
You have Glenmorangie 10.
Yeah.
In fact, there are so many 10s. I have samples of them. Ben Rins as well, which we're going to do another time.
Yes, that might.
Because Dave has the 15 and I've got the 10 sample. But I've got other samples as well. And it's vitally important.
She's not here, I'll do.
She's not been.
I will self-secretary.
Okay. Yeah, right. The correct answer was... hi, Jake from the State Farm. Oh, I see Jake from State Farm back. I saw you on Twitch the other day. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, we're going to... we're doing this alphabetically because it's easier on my brain. Yeah, that. Even though I don't have much of one. And we're going to begin with an unknown. Before we then dive into something I'm quite familiar with. I don't think Dave's had a glass of it, though. But we've definitely not had the first one. In August this year... I bought... So, just a quick thing. there's a couple bottles in this image that aren't quite right. For example, the Talisker Sky is not the 10.
No.
I don't have a bottle of the 10 because I have it in a decanter.
To be fair, I think that would have looked good in the picture anyway. Just
It
have
probably-
that sat there.
To be honest,
the whole
yeah,
ensemble.
the decanter is my decanter for Talisker is a bottle moulded onto a piece of wood.
Keith is a non-age statement. We don't talk about how old she is.
Well, it depends. She might be born. It might be February 29th. I don't.
There was like a 37
actually-
Keith the other day.
I
saw.
can remember her birthday.
So can I.
'Cause it's the same day as my niece.
Yeah.
And the day after my mother's. Otherwise, I would never remember it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact there's 2 birthdays there, I
Yeah.
would never remember.
Because of nieces,
I can't remember your birthday. Because
True.
I get told
Nor
this.
can your sister.
I get told this every year. And I'm like, what? I don't remember. But yeah, no. So, for example, Highland Park 10 is not going to be featuring in this. The reason why it's there is because we hadn't at that point set in stone the list. But samples at the bottom, the second one on the left is featuring. The others were bought from a sample set that I bought, all 10-year-olds, all unknowns to us, which I was like, well then, they might feature. They probably bloody well won't, but they might because these samples aren't very big.
No.
Which is where the Seaweed and Aeons may feature.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give you guys.
We
a bit
have
of
had
variety.
one of them before, so if there's one we could minimise the amount we have, it's that one as well.
Yeah. Do we want to though?
Yeah,
At
that
50%?
would be the question. Well,
At
if we want a sick one, we would want to.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's also on the.
It would definitely be a
Is
single.
that the strongest of the night?
It is, yes.
Yes.
It
Oops,
may
sorry.
not be the strongest flavour, but it certainly be the strongest percentage.
Yes.
Please get rid of that. Put it in one of the glasses or something.
Yeah, I'll put it on there.
Yeah, I was going to say stick it in one of those. Or stick it in your crappy plastic. But yeah, the Talisker Sky bottle, it looks similar to the 10. It just, because they all now look like that. However, that is not. That was actually a bottle sent to me off my wish list by some lovely former patron of mine. Who sent us many a bottle, actually, including the Mediterranean Hague Clubman, which we are quite fond of.
Yes.
I haven't had that in a while.
No.
But yes, we do have a selection, and hopefully you enjoy. We're going to start with the Ben Riach. Sorry, you're not going to be able to do that in that. That's not
true.
Yeah, you're not
So
going
I
to be.
thought we were starting with that one.
Well, alphabetically,
Okay.
it would be the Ben Riach Original 10. Ben Riach is, I believe, a Speyside. I own a full-size bottle of the 12. That's Dave unscrewing
That is
it.
your pop.
Yeah, it is worth a cork possibly, but we don't know for certain. But these are that's a sample. But in August I bought a bottle of the 12. I didn't want to.
Dave blames Ragamuffin for this difficulty because we're using the official glasses and they're a nightmare for pouring into to measure.
If they're 3cl and that top, what's the measure on the top? The top measure is
25. So
right.
That's 2.5.
Yeah, so just over half on this. Yeah, use the jigger. Use the force, Dave. Use the force. There you go, do.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, sorted. Easy, right? But yes, I own a bottle of the 12. It's not been opened because I've had no reason to open it, but Ben Riach is quite highly regarded. According to Master of Malt, it is a 10-year-old single malt released as part of a new core range launched in 2020. The original 10 was matured in a trio of casks, bourbon, sherry, and virgin oak. Virgins. Imparted a bounty of honeyed fruit, soft toasted oak notes alongside just a hint of smoke. Oh, sweet. If you're looking for something a little more peaty, you want to check out the Smoky 10. So I know they do Smoky 10, they do a Smoky 12.
An original 12, I think,
Yeah,
as well.
I've got the original 12 down there.
Yeah.
And they do a 16, which is part of their trilogy. And I think they do a Smoky 16 as well. Each one has a smoke to it.
MJ, I can confirm. Yes. It's well hydrated. Let's put it that way.
Yes, it's certainly had a bit too much water. No, it's... what's the ABV on this, Dave?
It is 43.
So I'm going to say I'm starting to regard a lot of the 40%ers that are standard 40s, ones that are produced by distilleries en masse. They're not bad, but I do think they are, as time passes, they are a bit weak.
Well, 40 is like the minimum requirement, isn't
Well,
it?
it is,
So they
but I
are
mean in the
just
sense of like
basically passing.
also the flavour.
Yeah.
I genuinely am starting to appreciate the higher.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're ticking the box. Like,
yeah.
Yes, we've got it to
Isn't-
40. We can release it now.
Aren't you 40? Or are you 43? I can't remember.
I think that might be 40. We're looking at the Glenmorangie 10
40,
original.
40,
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of them are, and I think it's great, but I do think
I remember to do a thing on a stream. You were the one that looked at the thing and talked about it, and I remember to say what it was. It's normally the other way around.
You're learning. I thought I'd throw you a curveball and see if you got there. Milky coffee whiskey. Well, I am intrigued. Oh, you're looking at the notes, I see. Yes, she is looking at the notes. Yemps is reading.
Yemp, you can read.
I think it's a German thing.
Scheiße.
So, on the nose, it says nectarine, honeydew melon, vanilla sponge, cream jam, and a touch of cedar.
I don't know what cedar smells like. So.
Wood. This. It's not. Sniff my bar before you just do a line of it. I'll sniff my wood, Dave.
Too big. I can't get it all in one sniff.
Yes. When Dave gets to the end, he suddenly goes glop glop because he sniffed a bit too hard. So, what do you get? Because I just smell cedar. The idea's been imparted in my brain.
What else is it meant to be? Because definitely not nectarine, not melon. I wouldn't say vanilla sponge.
No,
jam.
I don't think this. Okay, so I'm going to say I don't think. First of all, these aren't the right glasses for that.
No, true.
Second, we don't have enough to work with, each of us, to really unlock that flavour.
Yeah, we've got half of a
3CL.
Yeah.
It's not even a single.
We've got half a single each.
Not even that. 2.5 is a single.
Yeah.
So we have
1.5. Yeah, we've got two.
We're just over half, but it's not even that.
We're like 2/3 of a single.
Penguin, thank you for the donation. We really appreciate that. It helps us with our Dragon Force swag goal for the evening. We really appreciate that.
Swag.
Basically, any money raised on this stream at the bar at the bottom will go towards our attempts to buy more swag at the merch stand tomorrow.
Yes.
Because I know Dave wants 2 shirts. He's going to get them anyway, but anything extra would be nice.
Meg will probably want some form of badge or patch or
I've
something.
got a Dragon Force one, but I wouldn't mind an Amaranth one.
You started getting like the badges or the patches, haven't you, now?
I've got a jacket at my bedroom. I'd love to wear it at a gig. I actually would, but I haven't yet. Dave put a bottle up your bum. That's what Yemp suggested.
Mine has not refreshed to say that.
It's because you got top chat, mate.
It was on all chat. Oh, it's because I went to the other thing.
Yeah, you boomer.
Yes, Yemp. No.
10-year-olds and virgins on YouTube without context. Jake, there's a rule we have here that Dave is not allowed to make those jokes because every time, no lie.
Every time I do it.
Right. Every time Dave has made those jokes on these streams, they have been demonetized and I never won. Right? I have checked. It has been legitimately every time he has made those jokes. Every time.
Yeah.
Any stream where he hasn't done it, we've gotten through. And in fact, every stream this year so far is still green. But by the time it goes green, it's not getting any more views.
You've all watched it, and then all the other people have watched it, and then we get like 4 views, and we earn like 4p.
Not even that. I mean, you're not far off, but no. Oh, boomers on stream. Basically, yes.
Isn't that what the internet is for?
Well, it is for us to be able to do this and just talk about whiskey vaguely and have white images of stuff, which aren't white if you look at the tasting notes and realise there's a slightly different colour.
There's like parchment hue.
It's the website. It's what they did. I can't change that. Anyway, should we taste?
Yes, the MP, we've been demonetized.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, we should be good.
Well, that's quite nice, actually. It says here, more baked goods, now croissant, dipped in milky coffee and cinnamon roll. Still packs plenty of creamy orchard fruit notes, plus a waft of earthy peat.
So, creamy, slight peat. What are we going fruit?
Demonetized indeed. High bubbly production. Haven't said hello to you already.
The warmth could be the cinnamon.
Possibly. It's quite a short finish. It says nutty malt, vanilla pod, and apricot remains, but...
Yeah, vanilla maybe, yeah.
Vanilla for the smoothness.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of peat, but it's kind of... Okay, if I was to compare that peaty note, I'd say, and this you're not going to like this, it reminds me a little bit of a Hudart. It's not quite...
Just something there lingering in the background.
Yeah, it's not as pronounced as it, and it doesn't sit as nicely as it could sit. I think this is where they've made a smooth version, but the strength of this might actually be in the smoky.
Yeah.
I reckon it might be. I think it's the smoky one that's on Sainsbury's.
Yeah, from memory, when this all launched, I have a feeling it was the Smoky 10 that was the one they were raving about the most as the best of the 4.
This feels like they sucked the smoke out and left the remains.
Yeah.
The dregs of it are there. It's not bad. I like this. It's going in my notebook, you know.
Yeah, potentially like they've started adding the whatever to make it smoky. They've gone, no, wait, this is meant to be plain, and bold it, and then
it's going to go in the whiskey book because I haven't put a new entry in for a while. I've got 2.
I brought the whiskey book.
Did you?
Yeah, it's in the bag in the house.
Oh, you remember that? You didn't remember. Okay, fair enough. You remembered something. I'm glad you did.
Some things, yeah.
Yes, well, congratulations. I didn't put the sarcasm sign on the text. My bad. That's totally fair, MJ. Totally fair.
We do need a sarcasm sign.
And yes, of course. Yes.
Demonetized.
We're always.
Does that mean we can touch Yumpy now? Because it doesn't matter.
Always touch Yumpy. Yes, you touch her there. She's never a no-no square. I'm having to take meg sips to make this work. This will require a 10-second taste test. Do you want me to do it on this one because it's mine, and you do it on the Edredar?
Can do, yeah.
Seems fair. Do you want to pull up your watch, mate?
Yeah.
Notice anything apricot? Not really. Apricot's one of those fruits that I sort of associate with a slight bitterness or sourness, right? Because that's what that's a flavour I would recognise with apricot. I love apricot, but I don't really. Well, 10 seconds might help.
No. There's a timer on the stopwatch, so it can't overrun. So I don't think I'm gonna have enough time.
Gum.
Fair, yes, okay, that might be a problem.
No, I actually touched, and I was like, nope.
Okay, so Meg had some dentistry done. I'm going to have to do this because otherwise he's going to destroy his mouth.
3 weeks ago, I had to have a molar at the back of my mouth removed. It has healed, but the skin is incredibly sensitive right now.
You're going to be a swag.
Huh?
You're going to be a yellow swag fan.
Yeah, because I did with the other one, didn't I? I did with that, didn't I? What Dave means by swag is, will I be able to shoot it? The answer is obviously yes. No, I can't do the swilling around the mouth thing because the gum, while it has healed over, the skin is very sensitive still to cold touches or exposure to higher alcohols. So I tried it. It touched. I didn't like it. So Dave is having to do it. But I will say, with the few seconds I had, 2 or 3, it was fine. Yeah, it was lovely. Yeah. It really is. It's a nice sort of citrusy flower.
Yeah, I'm getting more of the citrus doing it that way.
It's definitely an over sweetness that I'd say is a bit honey-like, but
zingy.
Or is it zing? It's tartar sauce, is it?
Zingy.
Like tartar sauce, is it? Okay.
I could say zazzy.
Unconventional, but zingy.
Yeah.
Right. Salsa, is it? Yes. I don't really get the baked goods thing. I like myself a croissant. Dave loves himself a DIY croissant.
We do like ourselves a shortbread in a whiskey as well.
We do, and there is some behind there. Dave does like a nice DIY pain au chocolat.
Yeah.
Especially if that DIY pain au chocolat happens to be a strawberry tart. Yeah. But more so if it's
Dave
a literal...
Never to send Meg on a shopping trip for his pain au chocolat because he never gets a pain au chocolat.
He did. He got the pain and he got the chocolat, but you had to put them together.
Yeah, didn't you get a croissant and a Kinder Bueno?
No. A croissant and a chocolate fudge brownie.
Oh, the fudge brownie. Yeah.
The fudge brownie was bigger than the croissant. Like, there you go. There's your chocolate croissant, man. I got you. Pain au chocolat.
So chocolat au pain.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Au revoir.
Yeah, chocolat au pain.
Merde.
De la fruit.
Omelette de fromage. Excuse to me. It is always an excuse. But in this one, how long have you been a whiskey connoisseur? I am not. I am a whiskey boomer.
We have claimed to be for a while, but...
To be fair, I haven't really had much of the whiskey for a few weeks because of this dental surgery. So it is nice to be able to do it again. Yeah. But it is one of those things where I'm sort of like, I'm being very tentative.
We prefer to see ourselves, I think, as whiskey enthusiasts rather than connoisseurs.
Let's go with enthusiast, but with a high price tag.
Enthusiast with no concept of money.
Well, for one day, 1 hour, one morning, for one day of this year, for 1 hour. I hadn't finished mine.
Oh, my bad.
Have you just put water in mine?
I thought you had, because I thought you did it as you... Okay.
No, you absolute mongoloid.
Right, I've just hydrated Meg substantially with Agua.
He's just taken my whiskey and gone, all right, what you need is a full shot of water.
I thought he'd done because he had the. It was so little. I thought he had the 10 seconds, and that was the last of his whiskey.
Oh, I drank from that corner. You can fucking sip that now, you bitch.
I
Go
know.
on, have a
I'll
sip.
do this. I'll do the water test.
No, have a little test. Have a little taste. Go on.
There's not a lot in that once you put the water in, is there? Maybe.
Really? No, we're not even one glass in, and you did that to me. Is this because, 3 years ago, I did that to you? Twice.
No, it's because genuinely I thought you'd finished. There was no malice involved. That was genuinely I thought you'd finished.
Oh, that's bad. Blah, blah, blah.
I think that's actually worse than the water on its own.
You dickhead. Yes, I've definitely...
Hydrated.
Dave sounds like a guy that DIYs a pain au chocolat with a sad roll and a bar of chocolate. Also, enthusiast sounds so much better than alcoholic. To be fair,
Yeah, that's why we like it.
There's in everyone's collection, if you're a whiskey enthusiast, there's always one where you have a nice fancy box, yeah? You show it off to your friends. I just go, ta-da!
Here's my top shelf.
And I show them my literal top shelf of January treats. Because there are 4 of them, and one of them is worth 2 of them. It's also God tier. Although I'd argue 2 of them are. 2 of them are definitely God tier.
Yes.
Highland Park Fire is up there.
The fire and the
The English. That's it. Okay, we're going to talk about that. So I saw an article a few days ago.
Segue, people.
Yes, this is vitally important. I saw an article a couple of days ago about the World's Best Whiskey Awards. Now, in it identified a 35-pound bottle of whiskey, Glenmorangie Phoenix, which is a toasted cask, which is the whole point. Phoenix rises from the ashes, toasted cask.
No age statement.
Yeah, it's a 35-pound bottle of whiskey, and it's voted the best. And if I can get my hands on it, fuck yeah. Toasted cask is nice. Famous grouse to a toasted cask. It's quite nice. I gave it to my dad though because it was a litre, and I didn't want to drink a litre of it. A litre is something. Also, I didn't really have this at the cabinet at the time.
All the bar. No space.
This was a very unique situation.
Yeah.
We'll be able to treat this soon though.
Oh yeah.
So Dave then saw an article of a different one of different whiskies, but the Glenmorangie was mentioned right at the end.
Yes,
In fact, it was mentioned right at the end, which then reminded me of the article iPhone. I had it saved on a server somewhere. Hi Leona. Hi Fubar Freak. But in the article, I identified best whiskies, and in that, the best Scotch in the world was the English sherry cask matured. We'll say it that way instead of the joke way. Whiskey, and then they're like, then they concede at the bottom. But unless you're a purist, in which case it's Glenmorangie Phoenix.
They did then name the best Scotch. Scotch.
Yeah. But before that, they were like, the English sherry cask is voted the world's best Scotch. I'm like, hang on a second, hold up, forgive me here, but since when did they own the Norfolk-based English whiskey company? Bitch.
Now, what we've missed is that we've obviously reinvaded and conquered Scotland, and Scotland is now just England.
They should have rebuilt Hadrian's Wall when they had a chance. They should have put Hadrian's Wall back up.
When did Keith appear? Because she's not on my thing.
MJ, thank you for the donation. We really appreciate that. You got the chat right again,
I'm
Dave.
on all messages. Yeah.
Yes, it's on my end. Thank you for the donation. We really appreciate that.
Wi-Fi. Maybe it's just having a moment.
It might be having a moment situation. Anyway, yeah. So Glenmorangie is the best Scotch, but the English sherry cask matured is the best Scotch. I obviously want a bottle of that because I'm quite fond of sherry cask finishes. In fact, my newest January treat is the single most expensive bottle I've ever purchased, and is a very, very unique sherry cask finish that Dave and I have conceded is quite possibly the best whiskey either of us own. Although it might not be, because Dave has a couple that are absolute bangers as well. Rose Isle being the obvious one. But he has a couple that are genuinely right up the top.
We do have some interesting ones we've never tried as well, which always makes a bit difference.
Downmore 18?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Downmore 18. There's that Johnny Walker Quest, that really old one.
Yeah. Oh, that's never getting open though, is it?
That's the thing.
Yeah. There are some god tier potentials, and we really want to try them. But I'm quite proud of one thing when it comes to those treats, is that I have yet to buy a dud.
Yes, you've managed to do well with that.
To be fair, you didn't buy a dud.
Thank
you
you,
just
MJ.
bought one that was you bought 2, and one of them is, quite frankly, right up there. And you know it is, the Kalila, because we've had it. You know it's up there.
Yeah.
I never got to try my Tam Navulin. The only thing I know about mine is that there are less bottles of mine produced than your Kalila.
Also, there are 12 of you here, and there are only 7 likes on the stream, so 5 of you need to get your act together.
12 people.
Well, it says all messages 12, so I'm assuming there's 12 people.
Well, there's more people than I expected. I thought we'd have like 3. So I'm very happy about that. Thank you very much, people. We really
please
appreciate
do
it.
like, share,
And
subscribe, follow, join the
Yes.
membership thing. Have you got a YouTube membership? I don't know.
I'd rather they just donate through coffee so
Yeah.
they can buy swag.
I'll do that.
I'm kidding. You do whatever you want. Anyway, we've done the Ben React. What would you say out of 10 for a whiskey? I can't really rate it fairly, I'm afraid. As a contaminated whiskey, I can say no.
That's well.
Sorry. Carry on. What would you say out of 10 you'd rate that? First of all, it's the first one of the evening. What do you think? Let's say like this. Okay, let's do it like this. A baseline 10-year-old whiskey, you can't go wrong with it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say that's the 5.
That's a 5. Ooh.
If you put Glenmorangie as a 5, because that's the baseline of an average 10-year-old whiskey. It's not a bad thing, but it is the baseline because it's arguably the best one. It's just so consistent. You can't say Lafroig 10 because it's completely...
Yeah, it's something completely out there. And
it's Islay. It's so different.
It was nice. Probably maybe only a 6 though.
Shameless e-begging break. Thank you, Yempi, for helping us with this. So demanding. We do what we can, MJ, because we want your attention.
And your money.
6 out of 10. I'd give it 5.5. I would give it less because I didn't taste much. The notes weren't as pronounced. It's good, but I don't think it's better than that.
I'd probably rate it slightly higher purely because I was able to do 10 seconds and it did develop a little bit more by doing that. You didn't get the full 10 seconds. So.
I wonder why that was.
Hey, that one was not on me.
Bloody tooth, man. It betrayed me. If it stayed in my mouth, I would have been fine.
It's often the way with teeth.
It's because I'm 38, isn't it? It's
old.
like, yeah. only this part's actually showing any signs of it. Still got my front one, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
I've got more than
foodie,
more
than I can say.
More than foodie beauty, so it's fine. If you know who she is, you get it. Okay, so next on the list is one of my favourites.
Yeah, dive into the bush.
Careful the decanter, bud. This is if you're going to buy an Irish whiskey, I would tell you to get one with a cork on it, because if it doesn't have one, it's one you're not, well, as been pointed out to me on Discord, if it's got a screw top, why are you putting it back on? It shouldn't be put back on. In fact, the majority of mine Irish ones are cork-based. The only ones that aren't are Jameson's ones, and it's 3 of them. It's standard and the cask finishes, the stout and the IPA. But this is, I think, for Bushmills, this is where their whiskies begin. They have a trilogy, the 10, the 16, and the 21. Very odd age statements with a very odd gap. Well, although the 16 is bang in the middle.
Yes, it is. 10 at least is... Well, 10 and 21 are kind of... They are sort of standards, but
not,
it's very rare.
Not for the standard 3.
No.
12, 15, 18 is the 3.
Standard 3.
Yeah, 12, 15, 18 is the standard 3. Another one we haven't opened, I just realised my pulse in the 18.
Yeah.
But we have had it in a sample on Discord. It's glorious. But yes, Bushmills, I think their 10 is better than... I think it's comparable to the Tullamore 12. And annoyingly, I can't compare it to any Jamesons because there's no Jameson's age statement near it.
No.
They start at 18. But I would say it sits quite nicely there. This is the second bottle I've ever owned. And I did the first bottle on my own anyway because I was very happy with it. And I was like, I'm going to keep going. I think a friend of the family might have had a couple glasses. And he was like, yeah. This is the second one. I wish it came in a fancier box. I don't keep the box this way.
The bottle looks quite nice. Though.
So this is where the bottles, they put the effort in. It's a nice square bottle. It's a nice tropical one.
Yeah, a little bit of angles. And
what makes this whiskey good, it's a beautifully tropical Irish whiskey.
Chonky cork.
It is a chonk, and it will make a satisfying pop. Give it some, Dave. Go on, just don't hit the heater. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's also really tight.
Oh, we do like a tight cork.
You should left a little bit more of a pause on that.
Sorry.
Tight.
Oh, sorry. Does it need Jeremy Clarkson style pause? It's the tightest cork in the world.
Or more legend. Wait for it. Tight, dairy. But yes, that. Pretty sure Chantal's teeth are held together by plaque at this. Yes, I've seen her her abysmal face. Has those smiling teeth still. I do have smiling teeth. I have an advantage over Dave in that he has porcelain veneers for a couple of his teeth.
That goes on quite well as well.
It does. It's a tight fit as well. Snug. It doesn't want to release itself.
No.
I have all my main teeth up till like third row or at the back, like third or fourth at the back. It really is right at the back where I've lost a couple, and they're just ones that get brutalised, really, aren't they?
If we demonetize then, Tempe, come hither, let me touch you.
Fun fact for the day's stream: I bought some coasters from the Edinburgh Whisky Academy, or Edinburgh if you're that person. These coasters have tasting notes on them, and they are quite frankly my favourite, especially when I see. I'm going to read some tasting notes to you. Don't read this yourself. Right. Let me read it to you. Spicy. We have dried spice, peppery, ginger, and sherried.
I never put dried spice in. Spicy.
Fainty.
What?
Good.
Oh.
Leathery, tobacco, sweaty, or plastic.
Right.
Woody, which is oaky, coconut, nutty, and vanilla. Cereal. Oh, they've checked. Okay. Right here, under Woody and cereal, they flip the image. So, cereal. We have dry cereal, wet cereal, malty, and yeast infection. This is yeasty.
So for those on the Discord server, I'm going to post a photo of this in the bar.
Yeah.
Please know that this is a photo of the coaster that we are currently using.
Thank you, MJ, for the donation. If that was you, thank you. Honeybats, hi. Sweaty plastic, my favorite. It's my favorite too. You just don't want it associated with the word boob. So, peaty. Smoky, medicinal, burnt, and tar. Now, medicinal is usually associated with Lefroy 10.
Yes.
Floral, fresh flowers, perfumed, leafy, plant house, marijuana. So, fruity. It's penultimate. Fresh fruits, estuary. Estuary? E-S-T-E-R-Y? Estuary? I don't know that word.
No, that's not how you say estuary, so I don't know.
No, that's a water place, isn't it?
Yeah, estuary.
Citrus or fruits. I actually went and did a biology science project at an estuary in my first week of university. Fruity sweets for fruity. And then last one, sulfury. Sulfury, yes.
Sulfuric acid.
Rubbery, struck match, meaty, or cooked vegetables. Oh, Dave perked up with meaty, didn't he?
Meat? Hello?
He got his meat
Come
horn.
hither.
He got the meat horn and the meat sweats at the same time. So, this Bushmills is one of the oldest distilleries, over 200 years, I think, isn't it now? It is the winner of the 2007
68.
Okay,
so that's like 400 years.
Shit. It's one of the oldest then. Anyway, yes. So it's won awards. It is on the nose, cooked banana and tropical fruit. Now you don't like banana, do you?
I don't like banana, no. But
this reminds me. There's banana. It's very pronounced.
Yes, there is.
I like it because I like banana. I had some banana hotel chocolate sweets last night. I sat at my desk last night eating them. And I left half the tray. And I had to look after my nephew today at lunch. Came downstairs with the tray and I was like, want some chocolate? And he's like, yeah. So he sat in his wheelchair and I'm like, here, have a really expensive baton of strawberry cheesecake. And he's munching away and he's gotten hyperactive. He's like, yeah. Do you want some more? Yeah. I was like, he had 4 of them. And I was like, do you want any more?
Oh,
yeah. I got one. It's a little ball, a little ball with some cherry goo in it. And he's like, he bit into it and he was like, oh.
I'm impressed he ate his sausages then if he didn't all that chocolate.
I'm surprised it stayed down. He threw up today, so yes. Sulfury, yes.
It may have stayed down. Yeah. It may have gone all the way through.
Well, he did. Yes, that's a different discussion. Anyway, yes, so this is a very pronounced banana fat, but there's something else about this that reminds me, the tropical aspect of another whiskey, but it's another whiskey I bought in January that's really high-end. It's arguably it's the one if I'm going to show off, I'm going to show this one off first. What would it be? Of all the whiskies I've bought, what's the one I would show off first?
I mean, you're probably going to show off your English, but...
No, that one I will cherish.
You bought in January.
I will get it, and you'll remember.
I'm trying to think which one it is.
Don't look. Look
away. I know the Highland Park Fire we want to show off because it's a nice, amazingly looking bottle.
Shut.
But I'm trying to think what else you bought in January, what one you might show off, because you bought so many in January is the problem I'm having.
What are you talking about?
I mean, the Singleton. That was pretty ostentatious and pretty showy. Malt lax. I don't think we've had all. Have we had all those yet?
I haven't opened the 12.
No, so we haven't had all the malt lax. He's having a good rummage in the cabinet. Whatever it is quite near the back, or he's just making this take a long time to make me talk to you.
I want you to talk. Dave needs to learn.
Honestly, I can't actually remember what else he bought in January as to what this could be. But there's a number of things coming out, unless it's the night on it. I said singleton.
Yes, but I don't want you to spoil it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. Because this is arguably the coup de grace. It's a 25-year-old singleton. What's the flavour profile?
Tropical fruit.
It is. It is exactly that. So when I'm getting comparisons of banana and tropical from this, I think of this.
It's a little bit
with a price tag that's 10 times higher than that.
A little bit rum casky, I suppose, isn't it? That's sort of a tropical. Where do you get the tropical from?
This one's bourbon, European oak, refill bourbon, and American oak, bespoke American oak.
Yeah, I was thinking.
But this one has a sumptuous pear, pineapple, and passion fruit.
Yeah.
Also, come on.
Something else we had that was a rum cast that was quite tropical.
Come on.
Yeah, that is pretty showy.
Come on. It's not up. It's up there.
It could nearly be up there.
Sure. But yeah, so the Singleton 25 is what I was referring to, because I think it's got the biggest. It's got the nearest flavour profile. I don't know. Rum cask wise, I don't have many rum cask whiskies.
Quinta Reuben, we got the Jura.
That's port. The rum cask Jura.
Oh, sorry, no.
Quinta Reuben's port.
Sorry, I have my.
There isn't a rum cask
no,
Glenmorangie yet.
The Jura rum cask. There is.
Yeah, that wasn't. It wasn't all that great.
It
wasn't
that English one I've got, but that was obviously a peated rum cask, which is
but that's the rare one you haven't opened, have you?
That's very interesting.
You should have, if you had the chance in August, if they have it, you should buy the other one, then open it.
Yeah,
you know. But anyway, yeah. So there are some whiskies that are comparable, and I think when you notice on this one, this one is sold quite a lot in supermarkets, along with the standard screw top one. The thing is, there is such a massive difference. The screw top of this, Tullamore and Jameson's are all the same to me. Just incredibly easy and solid drinkers. And that's not a bad thing, but it's a WYSIWYG, which is the acronym for what you see is what you get. It's also the name of what I used to call my dog. What you see is what you get. A plump cowbag who is lazy and has really severe attachment issues. Separation anxiety is quite prone. I understand that fully, being a Billy No-Mate. But yes, a lovely tropical flavour on the nose. On the palate, it says here, guava, cantaloupe melon, overripe white peach, vanilla, and peels. That sounds delicious. Fruit. Yeah, I'm quite fond of sherry cask because there's a lot more nut to that. I like that. Dave has developed a bit of a thing for port finishes. He seems to have acquired a few.
Port and red wine, yeah.
But he's annoyingly though, he's been given he's been given arguably the biggest kick in the testicles you can get by buying a port finish from a whiskey that's very highly regarded, and it tasted like water.
Yes, it was very poor.
I am really intrigued by the banana. Yeah, I do too.
So am I, because if it's too banana-y, I'm not going to like it.
Yes, but that I think he will like this because it's not on the palate. So would you like to taste this?
So Wizzy is asleep, so she's not causing any problems at the moment.
But if you donate, we'll give a fuss. So
true.
Beautiful. Absolutely no banana at all on the palate.
No.
Absolutely fantastic, don't you think?
Yeah.
Carry on talking while I put this back. It's going to take me a few minutes.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm getting much vanilla, but yeah, there's a lot of fruit there. It's very tropical. This is kind of. So if someone asked me what I would expect a rum cask finished whiskey to taste like, this is probably what I would say, because this does kind of give you that tropical fruity vibe.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
And which is what rum casks are kind of supposed to do, but not all of them do.
There's some of them that are now they're going to start venturing into the dark rums. And I'm like, I'm glad you're going into
that. Could be why. Possibly.
I'd rather you don't go into the white rums because that's boring.
Yeah.
I don't want something that's done in Bacardi.
Yeah, that might be why the rum casks don't, because they perhaps are using white rum rather than the dark rum casks, because the dark rum is a lot better.
Spiced rum
be
an option.
The dark rum is something I would drink on its own instead of whiskey if I didn't have whiskey, as I've done on the
dark rum. I drank
the rum because it was better than the whiskey.
Was all the rum gone? Would you do if you do a dark rum? In a whiskey, you would have to do it cask strength.
Yeah,
I mean, you're taking all the goodness out
Yeah.
otherwise. I mean, can you imagine the div who's done that, and then putting distilling it down to 40,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
here's some whiskey that's been aged in Kraken rum. Now we're going to distill it and weaken it.
careful. There's some people who don't like Kraken, and I think it's hilarious. We are going to be doing a rum stream in the future, by the way, folks.
Yes.
It'll be in the summer, though.
Yeah,
I
there
think
probably is. Yeah, probably is peach. It's kind of a bit of a
it's
blend
got nice
of...
sweet, but it's not too over sweet.
If you imagine the like a tropical fruit dessert type.
Oh, like the
thing.
tin thing?
Yeah,
The fruit cocktails.
yeah, fruit cocktail sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not with the sickly sweetness, but just the fruity flavors. That's
Not-
kind of
not
what you're
with-
getting.
Not with the cherries in. Take the cherries
Yeah.
out and the rest of it, and the syrup, just the fruit. Yeah, the
Yeah.
pineapple, the guava.
Yeah.
And the other hard fruit, I don't know the bloody name of it. It's always in
Cantaloupe,
there.
it could be cantaloupe. There's obviously like some melon. It's very
Yeah.
smooth, which could suggest like the melon or something.
Well, this is
because
why I
melon's
prefer
always
this to the standard. I had the bottle of the standard, as you
Yeah.
know. It vanished so
Yes.
quickly. It's just an easy drink. It was just it, and I'm not trying to shrug this off, but when it comes to non-age statement whiskies, the Irish do it best because you know where it goes. It's just nice, easy, simple. You're not throwing anyone under the bus.
No.
If someone gives me a screw-top whiskey, I now know that's not a whiskey. It's not going to be reopened. For my birthday, belated gift, I was given a bottle of whiskey for a belated gift for my birthday. It was another bottle of Tamnavulin double cask.
Yeah.
That has a cork on it. It's behind the bar.
So that's your third, fourth of
Yes.
that.
I have a similar stash that you have to Auchentoshan. Yes.
Yeah. My stash is good. I only have two now. I have the one that's open at mine and the one that's open at my parents'.
It'll be a sad day when you run out.
Yeah. I do now have two Glenmarnochs, so
I have
oh, we could use that for the Islay stream.
I have more Johnny Walker Black than I do any other.
Yes.
1, 2, double, Origins, 3, 4, the 1 litre behind the bar.
1, 2, 3, 4. Double. Yeah.
Gave you a litre as well.
Yeah. I want 4 blacks and 2 double blacks.
This might sound out of context really bad, but it doesn't mean what you think it means, but I will tell you this, once you go black, you never go back. So, I would say like the finish on this is short, but it's got a nice little spice to it. It's not too much. It says here floral and spicy, which is very nebulous because now we know from the coast there's a lot more to that. And if we were to look at the, for example, I'll reference floral here. Fresh flowers, perfumed, leafy or plant house. Let's have a little go and see. I'd say it's slightly perfumed.
See, for spicy, you've got dry spices, peppery, ginger, and sherried. Well, I mean,
I'd say because it is a sherry cask.
yeah.
It is, and I definitively I know this is on right. So this is done in bourbon casks and sherry casks.
Yeah.
This is where it's interesting
There's
because
a little bit of a flavour of spice, but not a heat from spice.
there's ever so slight nut to that as well. People might not, and I don't mean I mean nutty.
Yeah.
But this is interesting about Bushmills. Their 10 is a sherry cask, the 16 is a port pipe finish, and the 21 is a Madeira finish.
Yeah.
Dave hasn't had the 16, have you?
No.
So I really want him to try the 16 because he's had the 21, he's had the 10.
We have a couple of other random 16-year-old whiskies, though, so we could do a 16 stream at some point.
I've got 3. Mortlack, Bushmills, and Morangi.
I've got Madeira.
Oh. Madeira 2 electric. Yeah, take that back.
Have I got another 16?
I don't know if I do, but I'd have to look. But I might do. I might.
The liver, the one that didn't come in a box, the one that was only on
Oh,
the
the one you
website. That's
bought,
a
I
16.
told you
Yes,
about.
that's a 16.
The one you bought, because
Yeah.
did I get a discount or something? Or
Yeah, I think we had you got a discount code for it.
I gave it to you, yeah. Oh,
So
yeah,
we might have a couple.
Two
I've got 2
Livets.
Livet 16s. We might have a couple others as well.
Well, that'd be a
so-
future stream.
Yeah.
Odd age, that'd be a good one. Though. Put
Oh,
that
she's
on the
here. Oh, secretary.
server. That's what she
you
said.
can secretary now. I secretaried earlier.
A statement that doesn't need any context. Very true. There's a nut, hey? Oh, well, obviously, MJ. Obviously, yes. But yeah, this is I think it's a nice whiskey. I really do. And it's one of those solid 10s where it's a 10-year-old. That is not a solid 10 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10. But it's a really good entry. If you're gonna go, not entry level, but it's that next step. Because if you go with the screw top Irish whiskies, that is the entry level whiskey.
This is something you could pull out at a party, a gathering, pretty much any event, and you're probably going to find that everyone is going to be able to enjoy it.
You could have this as a mixer if you want.
quality without being ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, but it's £30. It's affordable. You could pay half that, just over half that, to get a bottle of the standard. But why bother? This one looks the business. The bottle on its own looks the business, and that's something that also draws. I think we've got a couple bottles here today that look the business, like straight up, and that's important because you want something that not only looks the part but also tastes the part, and this tastes the part. Dave doesn't like the taste of banana, but he doesn't have it on the palate, which means he gets to enjoy the smell of banana, which is a nice smell, and he gets to enjoy the flavour of something that's very different. And it's an affordable whiskey, which I think is also key to this. The flavour profile lives up to the standard. It is a good entry. It's also 40%.
Yeah, it's quite
it's right in the corner there. It was very awkward for me to see with the water bottles.
It's the joint lowest.
It is, but that's not a bad thing. Irish whiskey doesn't generally go that high anyway.
No.
Even my Jameson's 18's 40.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Proper 12 behind there is 40. In fact, I'd argue...
Was the 21 40? Or was that stronger? I think that was stronger.
I'll check the 16 though.
So we've had the Bushmills 21 with Meg's dad. Those of you who've been around a little while may know the story behind that one. He's just checking the cabinet for the 16 to see, but we think the 21 may have been stronger. 16
40.
Is 40 as well.
This is sherry bourbon and finished in port pipe. Oh, that bottle is loose. The juice is loose.
Ah. Oh no!
Not the Beetlejuice. If anyone's seen the Beetlejuice trailer, you know what I mean. It's not the O.J. Simpson thing. Right.
Did we do the water drop for the nectarine flavour? Safe to say, MP, no.
Bloody well didn't for Ben React, because I got all the fucking water. 10
got a water goblet.
10 seconds, Dave, go on. Since I can't do this, you may as well be the one to do it.
I may as well take my watch off, because for any reason for that, it's a bit awkward to do while it's on my wrist.
Yeah, I would do it on my phone, but I'm listening to music. Legit, I've got Amaranth playing because reasons. I'm going to see him tomorrow. If you have any questions with anything regarding the whiskies we are talking about today, please ask, because we'd love to talk about them more, because we need to prattle on more if we can. Pad the stream out with the conversation.
Banana comes for a little bit in holding it in your mouth, but it's not overpowering.
Good. I'm glad
it's a nice sort of tropical flavour.
Yeah.
It's very light. It's very smooth, but there's still not much of a finish.
No. Yeah, the finishes. Irish whiskies are renowned for a very short finish. They're not. I don't associate even the Madeira one. I don't recall it being that long.
I don't know if it's maybe because a lot of the Irish whiskey is triple distilled. Whether or not that takes out.
That's single malt. Is it triple distilled as well?
Triple distilled, yeah.
Oh, it is.
I think that could be it because it's holding. Okay, MJ and the MP are now getting on the water drop thing, so maybe we should actually do this. Where is the pipette?
It's under the bar somewhere.
Right,
Bushmills 21 is 40.
Oh, it's 40.
Yeah,
I thought it was stronger.
Master Malt. Yeah, it's 20. 40. Sorry. If it was 20, fuck, it'd be a liqueur. No.
Hang on, MJ. Calm down.
Calm down. It feels like a joke, an ad.
Calm down, dear. It's only a commercial.
It's only a commercial. That's it. Yes, thank you. Dave is now going to subject us to. Well, I'm going to have another little meg sip first.
Dave was prepared to give you.
I saw a video on Instagram earlier. Master Malt, beautiful lady talking about Bunnahabhain cast strength, 60.1%, the highest cast strength they've ever done. And she actually did it with a couple drops of water to explain the point of that. And she has a point with cast strength where you do need a bit of help, and I get it. I don't know whether my cast strength is the same one or not, if I got the year before. I'm going to check. Dave, do the drops and tell.
Dave has put some drops in, so I'm just trying to undrop the pipette so it doesn't dribble everywhere. Because we don't want dribblage.
Okay, so mine is...
Oh, she's hangry. Or he's hangry, I don't know.
Mine is not the 2023 edition. Mine's the 2022 edition. Mine's 58.6. The newer 2023 edition is 60.1% on Bunnahabhain. Honeybats, you're probably hydrated, obviously. Keep talking about the 21. You'll force me to pour a dram.
So, the 21.
I'll do it.
No, you should. It's Madeira cask. It's exquisite. You've had a glass. You know it's good. Open your mouth and welcome the Lord in your gob.
Do please join us in drinking.
Take that legal in every sense of the word and welcome it into your mouth.
You know you will enjoy it. You know you'll regret it if you don't.
If you don't, you're a pussy.
That too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you know what? That actually doesn't water it down much. That's good.
Oh, it was a special order in yours as well. I thought I was doing it.
I thought you did it to me.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was oh my love. I was like, oh, this doesn't taste any different. It's fine.
Right. Okay. I did myself because I didn't want to put too much cold water in Meg's mouth with the tooth issue, but Meg has just.
It's only if I swirled the drink in my mouth, I'm fine.
Right. I have watered Meg now.
You prick. One time you put too much in. Now you didn't put anything in. I assume next time you just right. Fucking, I am not Goldilocks. Or in this case, Goldie Drams.
Goldie Meg.
Goldie Drams.
Goldie Drams, the podcast for 80s people.
Tastes no different.
It's very similar. It slightly lightens it, but it's very.
It doesn't need lightening though.
No. MP, if you're dead, you better have liked the stream before you died.
Pussy. So I'll say it in German. Scheiße. It's the only word I know. And 10.
Du bist doof.
Is that it?
It's quite an idiot, basically, in German.
I'll do something in Hungarian. Soble fas. Pussy bohot.
Fafa Napoli.
Omelette du fromage. Carrying on. He's going to dump water. He probably is, you prick.
No, I already poured an entire
Goldie Drams should be the title of your whiskey stream jingle. I should.
Yes. Secretary, noted.
I need to write something to make it a jingle, though. I need to sit with the guitar and actually work it out now. Maybe do it with a couple glasses, like the clinking sounds, with the...
Spoons!
Yeah.
Play the different glasses. We've got the big square ones, we've got the wide ones, we've got the nosing glasses.
Well, I'll get some drums. I'll get some... We'll get some chopsticks and work it out. We'll work it out. Don't you worry. We got this, bro.
Throw in the enamel Talisker cup for good measure.
Which one? There's 3 of them.
True, yes, there are.
I've got a few. They're for camping, of course. Anyway.
Says the man that doesn't go camping.
Not anymore, I don't know. I have no reason to.
I'll have to take it with me when I go.
What reason do I have?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can join us
if
on
you
our camping holiday.
Fuck that. I won't be able to get time off.
No.
And I also don't want the time
I'm
off.
not sure that I'm going to get the time off at the rate we're going. But
Yes, well, that's a different problem. If you were to rate this out of 10 before we finish, what would you rate this as compared to the Benriach and the Glenmorangie?
It's definitely better than the Benriach.
Yeah, the Benriach has a Pulteney quality for the Hudart that I think lets it down. I think it should be the smoky and not the standard.
Yeah.
I think the smooth ruins it because it's removed something that still lingered. If that quality of peat wasn't there, I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be great.
I would say, to be fair, given
it's still good.
Given what this costs,
yeah,
it's probably like a 7.5.
It's voted one of the best. Regularly, it's in the top 10s. Sorry, 1. Sorry. Regularly, this whiskey, Bushmills 10, features in the top 10 best Irish whiskies in the world annually. And I know that usually the winner is some obscenely aged Teeling, usually, but no one wants to buy that one because what's the fucking point?
Well,
but if
Brian. Good choice. Brian is drinking.
Bye.
Let's hope it's a 21.
Hi, Monster Dumpling. Hope you're well. And we are very good influences if our intention is to tenderize your liver for bacon and potato and gravy.
I can smell you.
Smell like a triple distilled single malt. Madeira finish, I think.
I wonder if it'll go well with some beans and Chianti.
I like Chianti. I think. What's Chianti?
The white wine.
Can we change that for like a bottle of
Chardonnay de Bourgogne?
I was going to go with cider. Think of something more that I would actually understand.
Cider.
Cider. Proper job. I'm going to YOLO swag fam because I think this is good.
Also, just in case anyone got their hopes up, I'm afraid there is no bacon. Sorry.
Bacon snacks.
Bear with.
The tray's next to you, mate, with the chocolate spoons on.
Yes. We have veggie jerky.
That's a no.
Famous grouse things. Taking the smoked ham.
Yeah, it counts. We got it.
We've got ham. That's close enough to bacon.
We've got We've got pea snacks, vegan friendly. I'm going to YOLO.
You need to stay behind here too long.
While Dave does his thing, he won't eat that anyway. I'm going to YOLO swag fam, which is basically, for those who don't know, I will shoot. Hi, Orla. I'm going to shoot the remainder of my drink because I can. It's also barely a Dave sip, to be honest.
Barely a meg sip, I think.
No, I've got enough for I've got enough for 2 meg sips, or maybe 3 actually, because I didn't drink too much. I was enjoying it, because I know it's good. I know this is, and I agree with your 7.5. I think it's a fair. I'm not going to eat those anyway. I'm just being a dick. I was like, let's see if we have it.
Coated pea snack, smoked ham peas. Interesting.
I've had some curry ones. They're quite chickpeas. They're quite nice. Anyway, yeah, YOLO swag fam, everyone.
Chorizo bites were good. Remember those ones?
Oh yeah, they were banging. They came with the rum. Oh, such a good creamy shot.
There's a.
What did you do?
Literally nothing.
Carrying on. That's a nice creamy shot. It's beautiful on the palate. I think it's fantastic. Versatile.
Yeah.
And definitely worth 7. I might rate it a little bit higher just to be a dickhead. But only 7.75.
But it's weird though because it works nicely to sip.
Yeah.
It works with a splash of water.
Yeah.
And it works as a shot. There's not a huge number of whiskies you could say that about all round.
There aren't many I've encountered. We have done the water test on a couple, and there are some I will never do it to. For example, I will never do a water test on the following 3 whiskies.
Yes, the MP. Trust you to pick that one up.
Virgin. So the 3 I would never do it with. Talisker 10, because no. I would never do it with that. I would never do it with Johnny Walker Black. I would never do it with Bunnahabhain 12. Because there's no reason. I have no reason to do it to them. First of all, Talisker 10, I'm not drinking that to sip. I'm drinking that to get smashed. Johnny Walker Black, I'm drinking it also to get smashed. If I'm drinking Bunnahabhain 12, well, I've yet to do it to get smashed, but I've usually, whenever I've been smashed, I end up going towards it.
It's like a magnet, homing device.
It's a guarantee that once you're really well done, which is the only time that's acceptable to say, never with meat.
No.
It's acceptable in this context. It's nice to sit there and act like a philosopher for 5 minutes before you pass out. I'm so smart. Let's talk about the meaning of life.
I may be drunk, but I can still pronounce.
Wait, 42. At least someone is listening to you tossers. We really appreciate you correctly labelling us as tossers.
Yeah.
I personally prefer plonker. Because I am a member of and Dave is actually the chairman of the Pedantic People Person Society, so plonker adds to that as a nice form of 4-worded P alliteration.
Yeah.
We are
and we do like our alliteration.
We do. We also love tautologies. It is what it is. Yeah. Can you please agua us, if you haven't already?
I haven't yet, because I wasn't sure if you were finished.
I YOLO swag from you looking for snacks. You absolute ball bag. Oh my life, how close is that? You turd.
We're on the phones, it's fine.
And on your hand.
Yeah, well, that's fine as well.
You turd. Those who don't know what Dave's done.
I tried to Dave pour water into a single.
He didn't Dave pour. He had the water flush on the jigger, so it was completely flush at the top, and then tried to get it into the glass without it splashing, and it splashed everywhere. Which is impressive.
We've had 2 pipettes of water out of it already.
He's been a bit of a melon here, folks. Whatever you wish it to be. Indeed. At least, let's see. I can tell you I just call you to goobers, and the goober and the doofus. So you must be the doofus, since I get called goober all the time. Tempe doing the Lord's work of it. Well, yes, Yemps does like to do that. That's what a good nun would do. Anyway, so we rate this higher than the Benriach, but I would point out, just to be clear here, while we have said that the Glenmorangie is the 5, even though we're not drinking it, if we had this tonight, the Glenmorangie as well, I don't know if we could fairly give it a 5, because it's one of the oldest 10-year-olds whiskies, single malts, but it's also a consistent 10-year-old because it's made on that. It's like if you're going to go with a standard 12-year-old, the most popular one in the world is the one Dave doesn't like but it has to be the 5 because it is the biggest and most well known, and that'd be Fiddick 12. Dave won't like to admit that, but there's a point to it, isn't there? He's typing, so he can't reply.
Sorry, I've got work and archery event.
That's all right. Just say yes.
Yes.
There we go. Dave agrees. Glenfiddich 12 is a standard 12-year-old whiskey that he loves.
You bastard!
For those who don't know, Dave hates it. But when we do 12s or we do a Glenfiddich stream, he'll have to have a glass of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe a tiny dribble.
I will have one. Also, apologies for being distracted. Despite not being at work, I've had a hell of a day at work, and I'm technically running an archery competition this weekend that I'm not at. And the person that is running it is just messaging me, so I'm just having to check a couple of things.
That's what 42 means from Hitchhiker's. Oh, does it? Thank you. I've never read Hitchhiker's Guide. I just know 42 is the meaning of life. I thought it was survival. I'm completely wrong. But yes, thank you for telling me that, Orla. I've never read the book, and I barely remember the movie. Because I don't watch crap movies.
Aha! Towel!
I remember that, though. I remember that because it was in the movie. I remember that. Yeah, that's good. Bri, how's your Madeira cast 21-year-old cheeky Nando's?
Tweedledee and Dweedledum.
No, Tweedledee and Tweedledee.
No, his Tweedledee and Dweedledum is what's been written.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind that. I don't
care. The 21 is going down well. That he's already sozzled.
He must. Well, yes. Congratulations, achievement unlocked, Brian. Anyway, next on the list is an unknown, a literal unknown.
This is literally, all I know about.
You've had this for a while.
That it's a distillery.
Haven't you had this for a while?
And I tried to win a bottle off the Whisky Club and didn't.
Haven't you had this for a while?
Yes, I've had it for probably a year or so.
Didn't you get it in August last year when we went to the whiskey shop? Because you and I went in there.
No, but this came from Master of Malt.
Ah, so okay.
I think I ordered this possibly. I think I've had it quite a while.
Dave only has a sample, not the full-size bottle,
but it's
a full-size
5cl sample.
Yeah, so we can have 2 full singles. Right now, before Dave opens it, a little history here. It is the smallest distillery, barely considered a distillery. It's a nice dark leathery colour.
It is quite deep. Yeah,
it's quite a leathery sort of colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a nice colour of wood that you'd certainly want in your mouth. And they can't look at any wood here. It's all like untreated.
Well, that one's a bit darker.
Found that's antiqued.
Actually, that one. The box for the whatever that is.
That would be the no, Calvados. No.
Bear with us while we try and remember what's in the box.
Tell the first. Hidden away. Sorry.
Ironically, yeah.
Sorry.
The best box is not the best whiskey.
Doesn't matter. But. Right. Well, unlocked. Anyway, this is a very unique whiskey. We genuinely know sod all, but there is some writing on the tube. This tiny little sample, which Dave would never be able to read.
It's a tiny little tube, yeah.
It says here, using skills handed down over the generations, the men of Edredor. I should be reading.
We don't know, MJ. We haven't read them yet.
Wait, what?
She said, "What are these?" Well, MJ said, "What are these tasting notes?" We haven't read them yet, so we don't know.
We'll get to that in a sec. The men of Erebor.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. It says Edredor. It says Edredor, but I was like, no, fuck it. Distillery follow the standards of those who have gone before. The dwarves.
Gondor?
Yes, well, that and Minas Moria. Khazad-dûm. Only 3 in number, as there always have been. They continue to produce the finest. So 3 men of Erebor, Oin, Gloin, and Balin. They continue to produce the finest single malt whiskey available.
So not like the Sith then, where there's only 2.
Master and a mentor.
2.
Yeah. Truly handcrafted malt. Erebor is golden in the glass with a delicious... Well, they do love their gold. With a delicious aroma of sugared almonds and a hint of Oloroso. The smooth, creamy, light, malty taste is followed by a mellow, warming finish. It is 40,
dragon. The warming is probably
40%. It's a Highland, which is where I was a little bit concerned because we have 2 Highlands. That's why I didn't include Glenmorangie, because I was like, I don't want to have too many Highlands. Yeah. It's why I didn't include Highland Park. It says here, nestled in a pocket glen, in the hills above Pit Lochry, in the southern Highlands, lies Erebor, the lonely mountain, guarded by Smaug, the Maleficent. Scotland's little gem. The neat cluster of buildings, houses, equipment, only just capable of producing commercial quantities. Indeed. Erebor Distillery makes as much whiskey in a year as many distilleries produce in a week, making Erebor, the lonely mountain, guarded by Smaug the Maleficent, the magnificent and monstrous, single malt whiskey a rare pleasure for a fortunate few. I believe it's 14 full company, including Bilbo Shaggins. This is a 10-year-old Highland single malt Scotch whiskey from one named as Scotland's Little Gem, Erebor, established in 1825. It is 1 year away from 200 years.
That could be an interesting thing for next
They're
year.
not going to do an anniversary one. Fuck.
They'd have to plan that so far in advance that would have taken out an entire year of their production.
What are they going to do? Go, right, we made one extra bottle. Okay, guys.
Yeah, there's 10 of these up for sale for the entire year.
Yeah. Seductive Murkiness should be a Dave's new Discord name. It should be. I need to taste this. You do.
Oh, sorry, Moist Kebab.
Kebab. Is that a name?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to call her. I think we're going to call her like.
After the discussion on Twitch, it was like,
I think we're going to call her Meg's Some Carbs. Because apparently anything more is me eating one meal of Weetabix is equivalent to me going beyond the word some. I was like, hang on a second, you prick! How dare you bait me?
Okay. Secretary, please note the MP's next username.
Low carbs. Oh, anyway, right. Shall we? You want to open this because I know you want to try this. You've had it for long enough. Oh.
Yes, it is a screw top.
Yes, it's not worth a cork. Or it might be.
We don't know. Yes, this is.
They make so little of this, so you'd expect. I mean, just quick thing here, guys. Just because they don't produce much doesn't mean it's good. Okay? It really doesn't. You may as well just pour it all in yours, mate. You're all good.
You're making sure it was roughly even.
Yeah. So anyway, it doesn't mean it's good. It just means they don't produce much of it. You've got a drop in there. Get it out. Don't waste a drop of that. And don't scrimp on the dropping here. Don't treat it like the sauce.
We are getting all of it out. He's banging the bottom of it. It's
it's the sauce stuck in the bottom. There you go.
He will make it come out.
What? Oh, you should have stopped it come. Anyway, yes. So
I was trying to keep us monetized.
We didn't even go out to eat, Donna. Oh, I'm so sorry you didn't, Yem. So I was hoping you would have had your kebab.
F for Yempy and her kebab.
Yep. I'm glad it was. To be fair, I was just happy it was singular because if you're in England and you ask for more than one kebab, someone's going to ask why are you asking for tits with Donna meat on. It's not appropriate behaviour.
No.
And you should know better. Okay, so this is completely new. What are you expecting, Dave?
I have honestly no idea.
It does look like a nice chocolate, doesn't it?
My knowledge of Erebor is basically that it's
a lonely mountain.
Yeah, very low production. It's supposed to be quite high quality, and that on the Whiskey Club they were auctioning off a bottle of it.
And you can only get in through the back door with a secret key.
They were auctioning off a bottle of it. It was £5 a ticket, and they were doing like 30 tickets or something.
Yeah.
And the auction sold out in about 30 seconds. And then they put another one on, and that sold out in about 30 seconds. So whatever this is, it is apparently very popular amongst, people that want whiskey.
For some people, it's about the rarity of it. Actually, you're right, Orla. I was having this discussion with Dave about books before we started, because I have a small stack of 7 books all signed by various Warhammer authors. But I also have some books that aren't signed, and I looked up one of them on eBay, and I paid 40. It's selling for 200 nearly. And I'm just like, I could make 200 quid on that if I wanted to, but I don't actually want to sell mine. No. Not because I'm investing, I like them. Yeah. But that rarity aspect does play a part.
So given my change of career, I could sell mine, and then I could profit.
We like the whiskey side of things, oddly enough, I have a couple bottles that, I won one of them, and its value has gone up huge. The other one I won last year, the value's gone up by about nearly 50 quid now. Yeah. Singleton 21, nearly 50 quid that's gone up. I'm glad I got it when I did, because I don't want to pay £200 for that. It's worth it, but at the same time, I don't want to pay that because the tax. It's the tax only. It's not because of the whiskey.
No, that's the thing. With the change of the laws and everything, the regulations, the tax on whiskey is so much more now.
This is why we have to buy more now. Which we're not. I'm not.
Yeah, we're actually this is the leanest we've ever been since buying some, because I think how many bottles have we bought since January between us?
I only bought the Tamdeville and Grenache because
So you bought one as a replacement for one that's been drunk, and I bought
Well, it's
one.
nearly finished. It's nearly. I put it in there because it was worthy of being in my cabinet.
And I bought one because it's a addition to my collection of 12-year-old Glenlivet's.
Yeah.
And that's it. So,
although to be fair, you've had an obscene amount of bills recently. And I'm trying to pay my tax ahead of time to try and get ahead. So I don't want to pay so much in January.
See what my bonus in April comes out.
Popular doesn't mean good. And bright, I agree with that as well. Which is where Bushmills is a good one because it is popular and it is good. But this is complete. This Erebor, Edredauer, I don't know the pronunciation exactly, is a unique one because we know sod all about it. It's 40%, but it's a full shot, which means we get a full exploration. So, can you move the pipette because I'm going to nudge that. I do apologise. I realised I was putting things down and I was hitting it. I don't want to break it. Thank you. Should we test it?
It's a very nice colour. Let's dive in with the nose. Let's have a sniff.
Let's go to the nose and then see what we got. Is this a sherry finish?
Yeah. You read the bottle. I don't know.
Doesn't say.
I just bought it. I don't know what it is.
Oloroso. Yeah, right at the end. Yeah.
See, I know someone said chocolatey, or you might have.
It's in the notes.
But I've not read the notes, but I'm smelling some chocolate.
Yeah. I've got a bit of a nutty sort of sweet fruitiness, which makes me think, so sorry about the yawns, guys. Makes me think of sherry. There we go. Dave's gone as well. Yeah, there you go. It makes me think of sherry casks.
I'm thinking like a fruit nut.
Rule of buying whiskey is to buy one to drink, one to keep, and one to sell for profit. Oh, you're good for Rengi. To be fair, I have a few that are definitely going up in value. My second shelf is where my collectibles are, and it is a nice collection shelf, to be fair. But I don't have duplicates. However, in June, my main YouTube channel turns 9. As a content creator, I turn 9, that is. And I want to try and get my hands on the 9-year-old Lagavulin Game of Thrones bottle.
9.
I have it in my collection. I can't open that one, can I?
No.
But if I can get my hands on another one...
Now you have the Dalwhinnie to complete the set.
Sure. But what I mean is, that 9, I can't open that one. If I can get another one, though, I can open it. I can go next to the Talisker 8.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. The next year will be...
engraved as well.
And if I'm here... If I can. And then if next year I hit 10, we can probably get a Diageo.
That's going to be weird, because next 9 is going to be, like, in some ways a good one, because they're odd, they're quite unique. 10 is like, well... a bit every day, a bit kind of standard. It's almost like you step back a bit by going up a year.
You hope that next year's Diageo special release is a 10-year-old and it's something really good.
Yeah, Rosal 10. Bosh.
Sure. Yeah, why not? I mean, it'd be nice if they brought back some of the other ones they don't do, but you could always go with something they haven't done. Or maybe even maybe if we get to try an Oban, it's all right.
Let's
you never know.
Oban 11, yeah.
You never know. Anyway, shall we get into
Let's
this?
just dive in, yes.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Oh, that's a lot stronger on the palate. That is a lot on the palate. For 40%, that packs more of a punch. And it's building on the finish.
Yeah. There's a heat.
It's not huge, but it's...
Yeah, but I can feel it going down.
That is a step up.
That's nice.
That's a step up. That's really good. You know what the funny thing is?
I'm going to have to rethink my rating of the Bushmills.
Well, no, because we know where we've had Glenturret before, and we've had Talisker before. The annoying thing is, it does, no offence here, but the Glenturret sort of sits around here. Talisker just goes high.
Yeah.
It goes up. We know this.
Talisker turns out to 11, but we don't go to 11 on our chart.
No. Annoyingly, we're not allowed more than a single Talisker, sadly, because if we do, we won't stop and we won't be able to get to a gig tomorrow. I'll have too much of a hangover. Hi, Elena. Hope you're well. I was told the rule of buying. That's what she said. Indeed, that's what she said. Yes, I see. You get it. Popular doesn't mean good. Yes, of course, we've already read that. And that's a very good point to say again.
Not quite enough method to the madness.
Is there ever? Dave, your voice will be muffled down there, mate.
Any confusion is rested.
So on the palate, it says here, cloying, seductive murkiness, rum, barley, toasted almonds. Some may find themselves lost in the melee. The glorious art of melee that the Tau do not do. Allow me. The sword's over there. The Morning Star is here. The
Yes, we are surrounded by melee.
Broken spear of Leonidas is here. You know, we have weapons.
We are surrounded by melee.
I have a phaser over there somewhere for Star Trek. You know,
Do you still have my Nerf gun? I did notice
It's
you
behind
clearly.
the couch.
Okay, I did notice you clearly Nerf guns
yours
out.
is behind the couch. Cool. With my other battery one.
Nice.
It's all right. Anyway, yeah, no.
Sorry, take away.
This glorious melee, not quite enough method to the madness. That's what method to madness. Yeah, you read the thing. It says here on the finish, any confusion is arrested. Spiced fruitcake with creme anglaise. I like that. That
I'm
is.
not getting custard, but
I'm not getting. Let's go creme anglaise. I'm like, hang on. Why do you write that when the word custard already
what I
exists?
like is it's a Scottish whiskey that's used a French term for an English thing.
Creme anglaise. You said anglaise. Mother fluffer. Parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak?
Okay, I don't know.
Scheiße. Any confusion, which is the first two words in your finish, are entirely your fucking fault. Cloying, seductive murkiness, though, for the palate. Cloy is a word I associate with dry.
Cloying, yeah. Cloying is like drying, sticky, kind of residual.
No, I get an incredible sweetness. Like it's a nice heavy fruitness.
Yeah. Fruitcake, maybe. Yeah, fruitcake.
Yeah, it's got a weight to it. It's nice and soft as well. It's not.
Maybe
It's not one that's been stuck in the fridge for a year and a half, like the fruitcakes in my fridge from Christmas 2 years ago.
Or the Christmas pudding.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is lovely. Went to help support the channel. Oh yeah, thank you for that, Leona. We appreciate that.
I
Want
asked
to
if
help.
they want the Christmas pudding because Mum will be making it again. Someone.
If you're here for it, of course, yes.
Yeah.
But I might plan a bit better this
We're
year.
closed
'Cause-
Easter Sunday, so there's a good chance we'll be closed Boxing Day. We're closed Easter Sunday.
Well, if you are, that'd be great. Of course, it would certainly help with any awkwardness there might be with others. We'll talk about that another time, though, of course. But yeah, no, this is delicious.
God,
actually,
yeah.
I would say it definitely. I would say, first of all, Irish whiskies are renowned for that, like easy drinker.
Yeah.
This is different because I think it's as good as. I do think it's slightly better, but only because there's more going on. But it's still, it's not a fair, none of these are fair comparisons. Although I would say you can compare this to the Ben Riach because that's a Speyside.
Yeah.
Speysides are technically Highlands.
Yes.
Which is what we got told. It's true, but it's not.
We were told this by a Scottish person, so it must be true.
Yeah, but they also thought there were only 4 regions. Bitch, Island, and Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Bitch.
And whatever that other one is, they're trying to petition to make a thing.
Wait, there is?
I'm sure that, because like, Welsh have become their own thing, and that's a thing. English is a thing. I'm sure there was another thing in Scotland that were trying to become another thing.
Aberfoyle's, the Welsh whiskey. Aberfoyle's were not considered Welsh whiskey for a while.
Yeah.
Because their bottles were made in England. So they had to move their entire bottle-making factory.
That's so Welsh.
They had to move... No, it's so English. They had to move their bottle-making factory to Wales, or they weren't a Welsh whiskey. Just because of the bottles. I'm like, you what, mate? You couldn't get more, like pointlessly... that is a pointlessly pedantic person.
Yeah.
That is English.
That is English, yeah.
That is so bloody English. Honestly, I can't be arsed with it.
Yeah, no, this is nice. This is.
I'm happy it is because you've had this for so fucking long.
When we started talking about streams, it was like, "Ooh, I've got a 10-year-old whiskey. We can use this."
I will admit,
so it's never.
I kind of didn't want to. I wanted to go with the bigger names. I was like, still a Freud, Glenmorangie, Highland Park, Talisker, done. Bushmills, done.
Yeah, we would have been as well.
Well, if we'd started with Talisker, we wouldn't have gone beyond it. But the point is, it's really good. Yeah, it's lovely. And they all are, and we've left Talisker to last on purpose because we can't be trusted.
Yeah, essentially last.
Well, yes, we'll see how we feel. Although my yawning is not helping.
Your yawning is not suggesting conducive to more.
No, it's just yawns though. It's quite embarrassing. That sounds pedantic as it is. I've coined a term, pointlessly pedantic person, and it's typically English people who do it, and it makes me, maybe it's because I can't shelve my ego very well, but I get really irritated by the pointlessly pedantic people, or pathetically and pointlessly pedantic people, plonkers, pricks, prats, whichever you prefer, all the P's. Think of it like the Welsh whiskey stream alliteration of the W's, but I will do it with the P's every single day. It's a very English trait that I've noticed, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's a part of the English nature, I guess. Whereas I try to not be as that because it annoys me when I do it, so I try not to do it. But yeah, it's a very pointlessly and annoyingly pedantic thing, but that's English for you. Tautology. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Thus it is written. Thus it is law.
10 seconds, Dave. Go on. It's your turn again. Obviously. You'll be doing it all evening anyway. 10 seconds on your watch. Get that down your gullet and swallow. Oh. It's in his mouth, everyone. Savour it. Oh. Get it in ya. Oh, he's swilling his head around with his eyes closed. He's trying not to look at me because he knows I'm pulling faces. Okay, thank you. How was it? Yeah?
That
Good.
is nice.
I'm glad it is, because obviously
It's weird. It's nice. It's also not nice in a way because it's such a mishmash of things. It's hard to really pick anything out as to what it is.
Thank you, Honeybats, by the way, if you're still here for the follow on Instagram. We really appreciate that.
But that is really nice.
Let's have a look.
This is one of those very.
So you can get a bottle of this on Master and Malt for £43.
Yeah, it's not the most expensive bottling in the world.
Well, it's not just that. It's the fact they have a bottle.
Yeah.
£43. I would say it is worth it.
Yeah.
43 is not much
Has it
more
got
than the
a cork?
Bushmills 10.
Can we tell?
Huh? It's got a cork, yeah.
Cool.
That is definitely a cork. Like, fam. Hang on.
Most importantly of all, obviously, is yes.
That is definitely a cork.
Yeah.
That is not the Johnny Walker Double Black
No.
weirdness.
Fancy optic pourer.
Well, no. It had a weird groove in the top of the bottom of the screw top that looked like a cork.
Yeah.
And then you pull and you're like, huh? Is it worth being in such high demand? Yeah, I kind of think, because I think they're adhering to a traditional process. They're not interested in making money. They're interested in producing a quality. And I would say, yes, it's one of those weird ones because I don't care for their bottle shape and their logos and all that, but they're staying true to themselves.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
It's not boutique-y.
Stand out on a shelf, would it?
No. I mean, no, it wouldn't. You're right. It's one of those ones where you have to be given it to then realise what it is.
I mean, if you saw that on the shelf next to that,
tell them what you said, just pointing at Dave.
So I'm looking at or either of these two. So I'm looking at the Bushmills and the Glenturret.
If you
If
saw
we were to see-
just to restate what Dave said there, because he's missed a point here. If you saw the Edredar 10 on the shelf next to
The Bushmills 10 or the Glenturret 10
pointlessly pedantic person,
in their bottles, not necessarily in the boxes, but in the bottles,
you wouldn't be drawn to the Edredar at all. But I would say now you've had it, you're kind of like, but I know what I'm getting.
know what it is. Yeah,
You
you're
know
going to go, hello, they've got
Thing
that.
is, if I buy the Bushmills 10, I know it's a solid drink and I'll always have it.
Yeah.
I don't own a Glenturret. I wouldn't say no to a Glenturret.
No, I would like more.
Yes, well, you've had chances, you just never did it. you saw it in the whiskey shop, you didn't pull the trigger. They do some collectible ones, different ones. But the Edredar, now I know what it is, I would buy it. Yeah, because I know what it is. I know it's good. You know, £43, you're getting your money's worth, aren't you? Hell, if I hit 10 years old next year on YouTube, I could get this instead of a standard 10. Because that is quite nice.
Does it have a bite at the finish? Are you talking about the whiskey or Honeybat's sautéed bananas?
Oh?
Or the pizza that MJ is
Live
stuffing?
vicariously. We like this, Honeybats. And again, thank you for the follow. And to the other person who followed us, actually, I saw the alert just now.
Follows?
From somebody called Lisa.
Are we popular?
We've got 2 new followers. So we've got another like on a post. Thank you, Lisa, as well, if you're in the chat.
Don't worry, for those of you into musicals, I can't sing. I'm not going to break into popular from Wicked. Don't worry.
What the hell's Wicked?
I know you have no culture, but
So, have you heard of Broadway or the West End?
Yeah. From what's Wicked?
So Wicked
is that like a knockoff of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
No, Wicked is a musical that's been going for years and years and years and decades and decades.
Do you know how long we've been friends?
Yes.
What are my thoughts on musicals, Dave?
You're an uncultured swine. That's your thoughts on musicals.
Try again. What does Meg think of musicals?
They're not for Meg.
They are not for Meg. If I'm taken to one, which has never happened, I will probably sit there and watch it. But I will, like a funeral when someone puts music on, I will tell everyone next to me I am beyond levels of cringe. If I'm going to a gig, I'm all about it. Yeah. But I'm not really. I don't care for music. My nieces and nephews watch musical kid shows, and I can't stand it. I can't. I've never heard of Wicked. I probably haven't forgotten actually. Attic Theory.
MJ and Honeybats are on my side. Drawing Meg as Elphaba. Just make sure you get enough tentacles on him.
What the fuck is Elphaba?
Elphaba is the witch in Wicked that's green.
Oh, that's all right. When my avatar was first decided on, when I first was going to do my avatar was going to have a green head anyway.
Yeah. So
but I couldn't get a ski mask colour correct, so I ended up doing blue because I couldn't art image edit then.
The original cast of Wicked, Idina Menzel was Elphaba, and Kristen Chenoweth was the really small one from West Wing. McGarry's secretary, the later series.
I only remember the ginger one.
No, the one after that, when he was campaigning, the short, really, really short one.
Sorry.
But that's Kristen Chenoweth. But yeah, she was Linda, who's the other main one.
Okay. Well, I have learnt something here today, that David is incredibly homosexual. Hang on, your wrist is too upright.
Sorry. You go like this, and you go, oh.
Oh, it's not the Randy Orton Bosch, it's Randy Orton Fabulous. Devin Townsend in a couple of amazing musicals. Oh, fantastic. I'm glad he did. I'm still never going to listen to him. There's like 2 or 3 musicals I don't mind, but in general, not a big fan myself. I'm glad someone is vaguely on my side. Although, to be fair...
I see, everyone should like Wicked, Phantom of the Opera, and The Lion King. The Lion King's just awesome. There's just animals everywhere. It's brilliant.
What's the bad guy called again?
Scar.
Not Mufasa?
No, he's the good. No, he's the king that dies.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, well, Scar didn't do nothing wrong.
Fun fact: in the original Disney film, Scar was voiced by Jeremy Irons.
I know that name.
He's in a lot of things. Borgias, mainly Pope.
Oh, him. Yeah. Alfred in the Batman thing.
And Alfred in the Batman thing. And Zazu, the bird, was Rowan Atkinson, aka Mr. Bean.
I had on my Instagram a thing of Rowan Atkinson at the 2012 Olympics where he sat at the orchestra and literally, I didn't know this, no one on the day and the orchestra, no one knew Rowan Atkinson was going to sit in and do one note. When everyone else got to do his thing, he pulls out his phone, he sneezes.
There's an umbrella on it, isn't it?
Yeah, he's getting his umbrella out of a rucksack and he's looking at the guy at the piano and he throws his tissue into the guy's piano.
So for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, bear with. I will post a link in the mess hall on Meg's Discord to Rowan Atkinson being awesome.
It is, to be fair, it's one of those things where I vaguely paid attention. Because, yeah, Mufasa was James Earl Jones. Well, of course, means then legend. Musicals for me, just so boring. And Elena, I'm actually kind of with you. I get cringed out, I'm afraid. So musical, it's... I think it's because of my nature. I can't stand it. Anyway, back to the whiskey, because we get a massive derailment, and it's my fault. I don't know what Wicked is. I legit do not know. I thought Wicked was like a spin-off of Sabrina the Teenage Witch or something.
I think,
or maybe a spin-off of High School Musical, which I've also never watched, because that was... Do you remember how popular I was at uni? When we were at uni, there were so many people who liked that, and I was like... I literally said to my neighbours, who all were watching one of the movies, they were watching it, and they came to me and said, do you want to join us? And I was like, yeah, after you put a bullet in my brain, after you shot yourselves. Because honestly, you guys suck. They didn't like me after that. I was right and they were wrong.
There are some incredibly good music. Les Mis is good as well, to be fair.
Never heard of it. Les Miserables.
Yeah, Les Miserables.
Les Miserables, yeah. Okay.
Best is Hugh Jackman and Annie Hathaway.
And if someone says Les Miserables, go fuck yourself. It's Les Miserables.
You're definitely less miserable after watching it.
Not if you're me. Not if you're me. Like The Greatest Show on the Showman, is that what it's called? The one with Hugh Jackman as well? I can't watch it. My nieces love the musical on like radio and stuff. They love that music. I can't stand it. I can't. My brain just goes down dead. Don't get demonetized. Also is also a Slayer song. I'd probably listen to that if Kerry King wasn't the guitarist on it. So, do you want to do the YOLO... I need to cough. Do you want to do the YOLO Swag Fam while I cough? Sorry,
I have people in the chat that are on my side.
It went down the wrong tube there, sorry. Yeah, do you want to YOLO Swag Fam first? Because I think it's only right you do it first. This is your one after all. Next one's yours as well, to be fair.
The movie is problematic. But yes, we'll cover that another time, maybe.
I recommend Dirty Dancing. No, because I grew up on that and I hated that as well. When I saw that, honestly, I sat with my mother and other people, family members, watching that, and I think my mother had to hold me in place because I said, there are levels of torture I'm not willing to endure, and this is pain beyond levels of acceptable. I was like 6, and she's like, how did you learn to say that? And I was like, there are many things I know how to say, and I'm pretty sure you can't spell any of them. Let me leave, woman. I've never been hit with a slipper so hard in my life.
Your mum was not a big person, and you. So
well, I was 6 years old,
okay,
so
yeah, fair enough.
I was 6. So
at the time, she would have overpowered you. Yes,
I was living in a nice house in Smallfield, and I'll be honest, we had no internet, no other channels, no other televisions, and I'm like, I would rather sit on the stairs looking at my thumbnails grow than watch that.
Oh dear.
Your turn to do the shot. YOLO Swag Fam. Get it down, yeah. Swallow it whole. Don't spill a drop. We've got to check that.
It's quite sweet on the shot. He's literally dribbling more.
I am making sure you don't waste any. There you go, you're good. Finish it.
Well, we know you love some trauma, Yempi.
Send it. Heron.
There's not enough to heron this.
Yours in mine, though.
Oh.
Heron.
Heron! Official rules. Heron has been called. Everyone drink.
Tell you what, that's a really good shot.
So I looked at my phone when the mic is over there.
That's a really good shot. There's a lot of flavour. Yeah. It goes down smooth. Doesn't bite.
There's no burn, is there?
Actually, it's really cool, isn't it? Although, it's a cold sort of warmth, but it's not...
It's a weird one, because you can feel it going down, but it's not...
No, it's really nice. Yeah. Actually, that's a banger of a single... So, the thing is, this is a Highland malt, isn't it? Highlands, I don't associate with this flavour. There's a sharpness in flavour I associate with Highland whiskies. You get a lot from Glenmorangie, you get from Highland Park, but this doesn't have it at all. This is... I mean, it's one of the... Isn't it also quite low down? It's one of the lowest ones, isn't it? This might be close enough that I would consider it a lowland. It's not a lowland.
No.
But
it's near enough.
It's got that fruitiness that I'd associate with the like we know this from the Johnny Walker origin.
Yeah.
Me, that was good.
I think the fruitcake sort of analogy is probably because that is kind of what I would think of. It's a little bit heavy.
I swear I'm going to time Yempi out.
It's a little bit heavy. There's a lot of fruit. There's a little bit of sweetness, but there's a lot of character to it, and it's layered. There's more than one thing to it. It's very nice. I can see why it's quite in demand, quite popular.
Yes, but now we know it's a master of malt. It is a potential Bosch in the future. I'm just going to quickly. I think every one of my all-time favourite movies is on your hell no list. More than likely because you have terrible taste in movies.
She has terrible taste in everything, doesn't she?
No.
Look at her friends.
Well, yes, actually, to be honest, maybe just the friends part. No, I'm just joking, by the way, just to be clear about the movies. I'm just certain that you and I wouldn't agree on them because I really can't be asked with musicals. They're doing the Joker 2 with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. I would want to watch it, but it's mostly musical.
Yeah.
I can't do musicals.
Yeah, because Margot Robbie said something about looking forward to seeing how Lady Gaga.
I like the idea of it being them both living in a fantasy world, and that's where the musical aspect comes into it, because that really does highlight the Joker's psychosis. But at the same time, delusions. I don't want to watch a musical. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't. And you suck ass, you jerk. You have taste. You have no taste. So nah.
Well, the fact he doesn't like
Yempy,
musicals
I'm almost
does
asleep,
prove
so
that
it
is.
won't do shit. That's fair, and it is obviously way past your German
But-
virgin bedtime.
We can touch you.
Tuck her in.
That will keep you awake.
Tuck it in.
Oh, we could tuck it in as well.
I'm not touching that. Agua me, mate.
If we gently rub and caress.
Get help, David. I am not rubbing or caressing because I want to get monetized.
That'll be Yempy freaked out for a few days.
Days.
That should keep it going until we're back.
Until we're back. Yeah, Twitch stream on Monday. Oh,
Oh,
well, you got overexcited,
that
didn't you?
overspilled.
I'll take the water. Dave may have gotten a bit exuberant on the water. If you just lay it on the bar instead.
So it goes down as well. And now I'm cringed now.
Sorry. That's it. There you go. Right. If I do that.
Excellent.
Do that. There you go. Right. Get a restraining order, Yempy. Well, that's an option. I'm no longer on Dave's side. There you go. Back on my side. Welcome back, MJ. Thank you so much for playing ball and being one of us. Sod the musicals. Teach them all a lesson. Wicked could go the way of the dinosaurs.
Look.
Les Miserables is crap, crass and unoriginal. Phantom of the Opera is beyond levels of absolute trash that I'm not willing to accept here. I was going to say something else, but I will get demonetized.
Yempy needs to be put in her place. She occasionally needs to be touched lightly to...
Huh? Ola, Dave needs a nap. Honeybats, he can't keep people on his side forever. Well, the pendulum does typically swing, like a good.
Dave needs an exorcist. He needs help.
He needs a pendulum swings like.
But
a,
I has the internet.
I was trying to say pendulum swings, and I have a device down there where it does, and I forgot what it's bloody well called. Musical thing, timer,
Metronome.
metronome. Thank you. Pendulum swings.
No, you don't want to be on Wildling side, MJ. It's never a good side.
No. Anyway, the water was delicious. Edredar, Erebor. What would you rate Erebor out of 10?
Well, I mean, it's a very good quest. You know, there's lots of gold in them. Oh, wait, no, hang on.
You only get 1/14 of it. I don't have any gold in there. I've only got silver, and it's not in here. This place would kind of break the silver down.
No, it's very nice.
It's worth the price tag.
Yes. It's worth a
It
cork.
packs one hell of a flavour. It is worth the cork. All of them are so far. To
Yeah.
be fair, just different ways. Some worth a cork that looks like a screw top, like the Ben React 10.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth the cork, to be honest, but only because I think the smoky one might be where it's better.
Yeah.
I think it's equal or possibly slightly higher than the Bushmills, just
Yeah.
because I think Bushmills, they make that en masse. They make a vast amount of that.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest selling whiskies in the world.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. It's also whiskey, not whiskey.
Yeah.
So it's different. For those who don't know, Irish whiskey is spelled EY because the process of producing it is different to that of a Scotch. Other countries do spell it the same way as Scotch because they honour the traditional process of making a Scotch. England,
Apparently
Japan.
England being the best at it this year.
They make the best Scotch, yeah. And I have one of the very best ones, God tier, in fact.
Yes.
God tier.
And you also have one of the Marud versions of the...
Well, I had a sample of
Yeah.
it. It's now gone.
Yes, we did enjoy... We consumed that one.
Yes, we also thought it was delicious. Are you still on the Edredale? No, we just finished it.
We're moving on soon.
We're moving on to
This.
Glenturret 10-year-old peak. Now, we've had this before.
And unfortunately, for those of you watching online, the imagery is slightly hidden of just how good this bottle actually looks.
Yeah, so I can't... Dave's got a story he's going to tell you.
So, Meg very kindly, while he looks for swag, bought me at one point a decanter. Now, I quite like the game World of Tanks, and Meg decided...
No, you haven't told me what the decanter is, though.
I'm going to. And
Okay.
Meg decided to buy me, therefore, a decanter in the shape of a tank, which looked pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. It was, although working out how to fill the thing was like, how do we get the whiskey in? There's a little funnel. You have to turn it up on its end and fill it through the turret.
There's a you problem.
Yes. So I then begun the quest of finding a whiskey that could go and work with tank as a theme. So I was trying to find things, and I came across Glenturret. Yempi actually selected Royal Salute, because of the gun salute sort of thing, which wasn't a bad idea. Meg now has a bottle of that. But I went for Glenturret because obviously tanks have turrets, turreted tank destroyers, all these sort of things. So I thought, Glenturret, this will work. I'd heard good things about this particular one, so I bought a bottle. I opened the box and I went, well, shit. Cupboard open for emphasis. Because the bottle looks like a decanter in its own right.
The sides are ridged and angled upwards.
And therefore, I decided I can't really open this and put this in a tank decanter.
To be honest,
because it looks like a decanter.
They can't have done that with the Royal Salute either, because it's a ceramic bottle with a metal top.
With like a cross of something on the top.
Looks like propeller blades. Oh, it's a Templar cross.
Yeah, I was going to say possibly Templar.
Yeah. It is. You don't want to use this with the cannons on it, the Royal Salute in your decanter, because then you're getting rid of a ceramic jar. Yes. You don't do it with the Glenturret, because a lot of bottles now are starting to realise that their bottles aren't being seen as much, or people don't care for them as much because they're not modernising. Some are changing the shapes, like Glenmorangie did. Others are changing the bottle entirely to look more commercial, to answer the dog out.
Yeah. BRE Meg is just letting Plumpy return to the house for her bedtime, because it is past the Plumpy bedtime. But yeah, it's become a thing with modernising the bottles. Johnny Walker have done it as well, a little bit. They've slightly changed their design. They've kept the principles of the chunky bottom, but they have slightly changed the design. A number of other ones have. Glenlivets have changed slightly over the years, but not hugely.
Yeah.
I think the Talisker has stayed roughly the same. Trying to think of the other numerical collections we have. Penderyn, they've changed. That was a purely brown bottle. It's now got like fluty bits down the side.
It's narrow at the bottom and it doesn't stand right. I don't like it. I know that Nika changed their bottles.
Yeah.
Glenfiddich changed theirs.
Hibiki have not. Hibikis are
Glenfiddich have, and they're the most popular. Unahaven haven't. They've always had a sunken bottom. Dalmore haven't.
Just going into the realms of heresy for a moment, Jack Daniels haven't.
Jack Daniels won't, though, because it's just so... It just sells. Highland Park did.
Yes, they did.
Because we've got the 12 that's a standard original.
Yeah.
And now the Viking Norse mythology stuff they do. Pulteney's been very consistent. Mortlack changed a little.
Yeah, there's this... again, I think there's like Johnny Walker, it's a tweak on a theme rather than a full change.
Talisker's changed their design on the logos.
Yeah.
Because the bottle now, previously, you got the older bottle.
Yes.
They're not the same.
No.
The Freud changed theirs as well. They changed the font on the Freud. I don't like it. But yeah, it's important to modernise if you can, because I think it draws people to your bottle. Let's say, for example, if I was to hold out two bottles, one was a standard bottle of Tamnavulin, no particular one, and then I held out Nika from the barrel, a completely cube bottle.
Yeah.
What one are you going to be drawn to? The standard bottle or the cubed bottle?
Especially if the cube bottle comes with like a fancy pourer or something similar as
Funny
well.
you should mention that, isn't it?
Yeah. If only we had one. Yeah.
Well, I had one or two, you mean? But like Angel's Envy, that has a beautiful bottle, flat and length through it.
I think it's become more acceptable for people to have whiskey and show it off. Yeah. And I think therefore distillers have put more effort and emphasis into the design of the bottle.
Right, so there is that, and it's because they're doing it with bottles that are more affordable.
Yeah.
Because if they do it with they already do it with the expensive ones. We know this because we both have a few...
The Leek fancy ceramic beers look at really 40, 50 grand whiskies. They've all got fancy Leek.
Not quite like that. But I mean, like my Glenmorangie 18, my Mortlack 20, Dalmore 18.
Yeah.
No, these boxes are key. And its presentation. They changed the bottle as well. For example, Bushmills 10, 16, 21 are the same bottle. Bushmills 25 is not.
No.
And the 30, the bottle is very different in a leather flight case. You know, it is something you're looking at and I'm like, if they have that in the whiskey shop in January, I'm buying it. I'm going to open that and drink it in front of you. You're going to love it. And then I'm going to offer you a glass, and you're going to go, so, and you're going to hobble around like this, Dave, and you're going to go, so we getting Nando's yet? We getting Nando's?
Give me the weirdest vessels possible. Honey bats, to be fair, Royal Salute you'll like. If you want a weird vessel, Royal Salute is a very good one.
Is it?
Well, it's very strange for a bottle, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You're right. Sorry.
Ceramic,
You're completely right. I've got it, and I've never had it.
No, we're talking about the bottle design.
Bottle design,
Honey bats apparently collects empty bottles.
Oh, yeah, there's that, yeah. I did 2 last year.
Yeah, some bottle lights.
No, I mean the ones.
No, I was just yeah. You didn't display those though, other than one brief moment at Christmas when you brought them all in and went, yes.
Can you imagine if I'd taken a photo of that and put it online? I would have had so many people on Twitter say, "I'm not sending you any more," and I'm like, "No, wish list, go on."
How many bottles?
To be fair, there's context. First of all, it was over a year's worth. It was over a year. A lot of them were already half empty when they were touched. This included myself, Dave, friend of the family, and my father. Lots of samples.
Yeah.
Obscene amount of those. It was something special. It was 3 tote bags. It was a lot. Because I'd made a few errors. When I started doing stream whiskey on Twitch, I realised I was doing doubles, and I realised, first of all, the bottle's going too quickly, and second, that's far too much.
Yeah.
Single, simple, Monday to Friday, keep it simple. Also, I didn't want to develop any addiction. No. I don't want to risk that. I know it's only a single or a double, but at the same time, I don't want that. I don't want to be like...
driving habits, driving under influence and all that.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's what you need in a simulator game. Yeah. Anyway, that was the thing. Anyway, what next on the list is your Glenturret 10. I'll bring it round to you so you don't have an accident.
Thanks, sure.
What's wrong?
Gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking for the jigger.
Sorry, you should have asked. I would have told you. How's the heater doing, by the way? 4 candles in there.
4 candles.
You got the joke. You got it.
Xbox 360.
360. 4 candles.
You got any O's? No, O's.
How many meters? The fellas don't get this. There are 2 Ronnies there. Is it Ronnies or Monty Python?
Nah, 2 Ronnies, this one.
It didn't have Monty Python in it? John Cleese?
I think it had...
They did a version with the parrot, didn't they?
I think the parody one, but the original one was the 2 Ronnies.
Yeah, 2 Ronnies. Ronnie Corbett, Ronnie Barker, whose son is a paedophile.
I'm sure we'll be pleased with us saying that to the 5 people listening.
You haven't got nothing there? Put one there.
No, it was worryingly dribbling.
Don't dribble then, Dave. Be better. It's 50%. Oh,
it is, isn't it?
Move the jigger for a sec. Thank you. I'll be staining this soon, so I've got varnishing it, so I've got to be a bit careful on the bar. For those who don't know, the bar, as it's getting warmer, in April or May, I will be acquiring no more smoke. Actually, have you noticed, Dave? Barely.
Yeah, slight.
It's warmer now. Yeah. For those who don't know, when we started streaming, there was a bit of chill in here. Now it's warmed up.
Yeah.
Don't let Dave touch candle. Oh, he's not allowed to touch him. He's not allowed. But yeah, no. The bar will be getting painted and stained on the sides, and the top will get a varnish, which it needs. But it won't be till May, I think, because I'm going to do the path to the cabin first and the cat house. I said repair.
If you want my help, it'll have to be June or July.
Path will be done before then. I will dig it myself. So I can do it. It's not rocket science. Also, I'm the only one with the stamina to do it. It'll require a fairly heavy hand. Yeah. I'll have to buy a new spade anyway, so fuck it. I'll just do it myself.
And then a new spade afterwards.
No, I'll just, what I'll do is when I finish the path, I'll put the spade underneath all the stones I put down.
Like people extra hardcore.
Yeah, when people drop their hammer in the cement, they just smooth over it. There you go, it's reinforced. Okay, so we know what this is. We know how good this is. What can you tell me about Glenturret?
Combustible. No, I just have a habit of making a mess of candles.
Is Glenturret one that claims it's the oldest distillery?
Yes. I believe it is, because I think we had this discussion on the previous stream.
Because I think I'd mentioned Bushmills came close.
Scotland's oldest working distillery is what it says on the label.
Right.
Since 1763.
So Scotland, yes, Bushmills still wins.
Yes, Bushmills still wins.
This is when I think I drew contention because I went with the Irish. Obviously, England don't have a competitor.
No.
None of them ever have. Is he combustible? Don't let Dave... Well, no, it's not that. It's Dave. Last time Dave blew out some candles here, he covered my entire bar in wax and the hoodie I'm wearing.
The bar, Meg,
My laptop, yeah.
the speaker,
And
the
he spent
microphone.
the next day with the credit card cleaning it all off. In fact, some of it is still residually here.
It's in the wood, yeah.
Yeah, when I varnish it, it's going to be an absolute bitch.
Yeah, so this is the Glenturret, aged 10-year peat smoke. This is the 2021 release, because they have apparently done another one since.
They do annual, I think. Yeah.
So this says, smoking embers on an open beach fire. A pinch of sea salt. Darker smokiness shows in glimpses. Soft, warm spices and vibrant citrus fruits flicker in the flames.
It's not the youngest Glenturret,
And that is
though.
all the information on the bottle, because the rest is, well, I mean, I can't read that. This is written in a strange colour on the bottle, which
Do you mean
blends
this
into the
top
whiskey.
paragraph?
Well, any of it, because I can't read any of it.
Okay. Firstly, Dave will confirm, because I'm finishing a chocolate,
Yes.
this is not the youngest.
What chocolate have I been? Is this for me?
Yeah.
What are these?
Caramel.
Ah, win.
So, they do a 7-year-old, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. As Scotland's oldest working distillery, our passion is to preserve the traditional skills of distilling for future generations. Today, by bringing together our hard-won and enduring wisdom, that's a bit oxymoronic with
Hard-won.
Scotland, with the courage and imagination of contemporary masters that explain the bottle, we craft moments to treasure in spirit and glass, and then discover at theglenturret.com. And they have an Instagram. Good. We should tag them.
Yes.
Insta post.
I think I did in the one I did.
How'd that go?
You got quite a lot of likes on that one.
We've done all right
That was
recently.
one that annoyed you, because it was the picture of that and the
Oh,
the
the
tanks
tank,
on
yeah.
the laptop and
To
the
be
tank
fair,
and the canter. And it got like,
Didn't I vaguely give you that idea anyway?
yeah.
I didn't have the idea with the game as well, though. I think I might have, actually. I don't know.
I ran on my laptop.
But that
instead,
was... moist.
Ooh.
If you'd like a better version of that, it's the coffee link down below. Seems Dave has trouble containing his freak. Yes, when it came to the candles, it's because, and no lie, I'd finished the stream, and this is what happened. The ceramic heater on the side of the bar, I said, can you please blow out the candles? He took in a breath that no man should have took in for 4 tea lights, and blew on it like he was Smaug. I'm burning Lake Town. And it all just went on me, and I'm like, all right then. All right, Dave, yeah, fam, nice and calm. And I'm like, you got it on me. I don't believe I freaked out.
You were fairly calm.
I was like, okay. You got all my hoodie went in the wash. I had to go in twice because it was too cold.
In fairness, yeah, it was because your sister put
and
on
also,
cold wash the first time.
the ceramic heater still has damage on it from the wax that you did.
Yeah, it'll melt off eventually.
No, it's ingrained in the ceramic now. It's fine.
It's patina.
Sure. No behave. Well, if you donate to the coffee, that behave that Leona's put in the chat is utterly irrelevant. Right, so should we have a glass of this? The chocolate might not work so well with this, you never know.
Oh, I think it'll work really well.
Cheers. Oh, PT heaven,
Well, you've got your bonfire tonight, at least.
Well, I wasn't going to have a bloody real one with the rain, was I?
Yeah, it did get a bit wet today.
Yes, well, I did yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Paid to that. It's a beautiful peat smell. It's lovely. It's very nice. We did agree when we did this stream, the non-Islay peated stream, that was the absolute show stealer.
Yes.
And it was probably the best one. Because it was the only one that was definitively a peated non-Islay.
Yeah.
And it was also just very, very strong. Whereas others like the Penderyn Myth?
Penderyn
Kelt?
Did we do myth or peated? I can't remember which one we
No,
did.
no, we did.
Penderyn.
We did.
Yeah.
They did the
We did the Haven.
We did the not the peated.
So myth then.
Yeah, myth. We
No,
did.
sorry,
We
Celt.
did
Sorry, Celt. Celt was the peated one.
Kelt. Yeah, we did that. We did Haven. Yes.
And then was it the check? Lay check? Did we have that one on that?
Go to the thumbnail. Yeah, we did a because it's one of the old Not Worth Cork thumbnails. One of the current ones. There it is.
Don't either.
Altabani.
Yeah.
Go back. Go back. Just go back, Dave. Right.
Right, we've got
Show me the image and I'll tell you.
Pulteney. That is Celt. Yeah, it's green.
Lechek Rioja cask.
Yeah.
So this was the best one. Altabani and Hudart were the other two. Altabani was kind of weak.
Yeah, Altamani was weak.
Hudart was, to him, disgusting. To me, I understood it, but I knew it was kind of weak as well. The Lechek wasn't really peated at all. It was just delicious.
Yeah.
The Myth Celt was all right, but it was so what ruined the Penderyn was that it's finished in peated cask. It's not actually a dedicated peated whiskey, whereas this is a dedicated peated whiskey.
Sorry, it's like he puffed, and he blew all over Meg.
Fam, he blew all over me without the happy ending. I was the one with the white stuff on him at the end of this. Like, fam, that's not how I'm meant to finish. Anyway.
The finish was quite long, though. It took 2 days to get out.
Fam, I'm pretty sure if I put this in the wash, you'd still see marks on it from my hoodie would still have marks on it from all the bloody candle wax. For future Dave accidents, rub ice on it and it'll peel right off. Well, that's certainly worth doing, but I think after all the glasses of whiskey he'd had, he got a bit excited.
I don't think we have any ice to hand you.
Not in this cabin, no. You have to go back to the house and find it.
Yeah.
Or put it in those ice trays. And we've only got whiskey stones, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Or bullet. No, the bullets are here, so we haven't got the bullets.
Well, they're not in the freezer, sadly. No. I thought it'd be about time they lived here instead of in my room or in the freezer. I'll work it out one day. Anyway, should we have a glass? A snifter, a sip?
Dive in.
There's a lot more on the flavour. For those who don't know what that sound was, that was the instantaneous reaction to somebody having something a lot stronger. Like, the flavour has gotten more intense each time. The Benriach was like the weakest. Bushmills took it up. The Erebor went high. And then the Glenturret's gone, see ya!
Like, yes, I see you and I raise you.
Betch, what are you doing down there with your 10% less? Dave did the aftercare. Well, Dave had no fucking choice because once I told him the damage, he came up here the next day while I was working and did it because he had no choice. I mean, I could have come up here and done it, but I didn't blow the wax all over the freaking bar. I've got to varnish this bar, and I want it to be varnished. I want it to look like a bar.
Yeah, we'll have to go to light sand. It'll take out the.
Oh, I will do it anyway. It won't take me long. But I want this to look like a bar. I want it to look like a really kick-ass bar. And
so we still need a bar sign at some point.
Yeah, I saw someone as a YouTuber called Isaac Butterfield, and he's made some random metal signs, and one says "No soy boys allowed." And I'm like, I would be so tempted to stick that on the front of my bar just for a laugh, because it's such a terrible thing to say, but it's very funny. I don't think I've heard you make that noise. Yeah, it's a weird one because I've made that a few times in the past where I've had something a lot weaker in alcohol. But then you go up and immediately you change the flavour profile completely. This is not the same as the others. First of all, the first was a Speyside, the second an Irish, the third a Highland. This one is a Highland, but it's entirely peated. Peated, and it's 50%.
Yeah.
The others are nowhere near it. In fact, the only one that comes close, I think, is Talisker 10. At 43? 46?
Yeah, Benriach was 43, though.
I think Talisker 10's 46. I'll check. Don't you worry, I've got this.
If it isn't, then we've got nothing close at all, really.
Keep talking, Dave.
When you think what we'd consider our standard now is kind of 46, having 43.
45.8.
45.8. But for standard Talisker.
Yeah. Talisker 10 is, I'll prove it to you, 45.8.
That makes their special edition slightly less of a step up. I thought that was less. Their special edition ones are.
The special editions are 59.1.
It's slightly less of a step up from 45 than 40.
The last one didn't have an age statement on.
True.
And it's still nearly 60. My strongest, though, isn't that, though. My strongest is Pulteney single cask, 64 point.
Is that the sample one of the bottle? You bought the bottle of that, didn't you, Ian? So Mega's just diving into. Yeah, she did buy the cat. Yeah, you bought the bottle. Yeah. He's licking it. So just on the subject of licking.
What have you done?
Friend of the family, his eldest daughter has left some of her homework in your lounge. She was hanging back and forth with your sister about this, and I just said, phone, photo, niece, bring me the homework. And I just went, ah. And she sent a photo of me licking the homework.
Nice. Okay, well that's
She
nice.
enraged said,
Oh, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Meg just doesn't know what joy is. That's true. Very true. I think it's because I at that point had a lot of whiskey in my system and wanted to go to bed and then thought, but I'm going to be leaving this in my cabin on my bar. Dave can get his credit card out and fix it. I think he used some card.
it's a library card, I think.
Library card, right. But yeah, no, the flavour profile is so different. Bear in mind, the first one was peaty-ish, Second one,
snifter of...
second one, tropical. Third one, very, very fruity. The fourth one, peated.
Peat, and more peat.
All the peat.
Yes.
Without any of the peat to be here anymore, sadly.
Sadly, yeah.
We miss you, but thank you for all the whiskey you brought me, because honestly, really nice of you. So, the nose, nutty malt, smoked almonds, opened the way with zesty citrus oils, and sea breeze. I don't associate the sea breeze, because I know what's next. Next is sea breeze.
Yes.
That's not a fucking horse. On the palate, warming layers of baking spice and peat smoked charred oak and candied oranges. Now, the orange is not there for me. I don't get that at all. But I do get the peat, the smoke.
Yeah.
It's got a very Lefroy quality.
It has, but definitely toned down. Lefroy you can smell coming. Well, the quarter cast, certainly you can smell coming.
You say that. In that tweet, Kilker Man and the Lefroy 10, and someone said, Kilker Man, because Lefroy smells like all these negatives. Someone actually said that, what's the difference between Lefroy 10 and Lefroy quarter cask? And someone wrote, nothing. I was like, what? What are you talking about, you colossal smeghead? They are not the same. Lefroy quarter cask is the one you open and go, you blow on the tip and everyone knows it's there. Right, Lefroy 10 is the one you have to sort of go into the room and go, yeah, I've got a bottle of this, you want some?
Yeah.
Lefroy quarter cask, you
Lefroy
wait.
10 you have to offer. Lefroy quarter cast you open and people appear.
It's a magnet.
It's like Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come.
I like that movie. One of Kevin Costner's finest. Yeah, I like that. I grew up.
Open it, they will sniff and go, ooh, whiskey.
Honestly, they will.
We have scientific evidence of this.
Hello, BRB. That's an interesting name.
Hello, BRB. Goodbye, BRB. See you in a moment, BRB.
The orange sounds so good. Yeah, it is. Coffee only. I forgot to log in. Oh, thank you, Ola. Sorry, I didn't see that. I don't know what. I think it's because I'm not looking at my laptop. I do apologise. Thank you very much for the donation. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, the bar's gone up. Thank you, Ola.
Yes, it has. It's incredibly generous. We genuinely are very grateful. All money will be split down the middle, and Dave will get some tomorrow to go towards his swag.
Get into the quarter cast next. Yes, Brian.
Dave has to bring his. We will. Right, maybe that could be. We'll talk about it afterwards.
We can start a stream by me just go pop, and then 10 seconds later, Meg appears. It's like whiskey.
It's when you do it in your flat, and I've suddenly appeared, and you're like, hang on, hold up. How'd you know?
Meg has arrived in Norwich.
I just open your wardrobe and go, I've been here for days. I was waiting for my moment. So you need to do the 10 seconds on this, by the way.
Oh, this might be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. For those who are joining, of course, 10 seconds, one for every year of maturation. 10 seconds because it's a 10-year-old whiskey stream. If you have any questions about these whiskies, do ask. The finish says here, oily malt, bonfire ashes the things up. Sorry, bonfire ashes tie things up with more sweet, zesty spice and hints of chocolate salty pretzels. Get her down, you slag. A lot more going on, isn't it? Ooh. Do you want to? This might be a bit of a heretical thing, but I kind of think this might want a little bit of water in it, a little drop.
Give it a try.
Yeah, I would happily in this one because I know it's stronger.
Yeah, there's some saltiness doing that.
Yeah. Well, you're used to salty things in your mouth, aren't you?
No comment.
Yeah. Oily. Yeah, it's a texture thing, MJ. So, you really don't know how to pour water, do you?
It's because it's getting lower.
Have you considered using the small water jug you did?
No. Apparently not.
Okay. I'm having to help Dave do this because he doesn't know how to do water. Let's just pour it onto your fucking glass. Bring me the water jug, please. Give me the small water jug, please. I'll put this in there for you, okay?
Yes, Dave slightly overdid the water.
Right, do you want to try the jigger? and I will put some water in this jug and we can use that going forward. Okay.
Mountain Dew Code Red goes great with expensive booze.
I've heard about Mountain Dew and people mixing, and I'd rather you didn't.
It's the Jameson stream all over again.
Oh God, yeah, basically is. But can you mix Mountain Dew with whiskey? Sure, if you want that kind of mix, sure. But I wouldn't recommend it with some of the whiskies that we have. I'd say do it with the whiskies that are affordable and are screw tops. Or if you want to go with the cork one to make it look fancy, Glenfiddich 12. Or proper 12.
Proper 12. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a safe bet. It's an Irish whiskey. You can't go wrong. Yes.
Hydrate, yes. There has been hydration.
So, water in both, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
This time there is water in both.
I feel sweeter. Ooh, the bonfire's there, though.
It definitely mellows it a little bit in some respects.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. There's more of a pronounced sweetness, and the bonfire is also more pronounced.
Yeah.
And also, that is warm
Longer
going
lasting.
down.
It's longer finish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really warm going down to my belly. My chocolate steak-filled belly.
Mountain Dew is classy in my country, oh dear.
You're American, aren't you? We don't mind. We do not judge. But you produce Jack Daniels, so we have to. And Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Says the guy with a few bottles of Jack Daniels. None of it's standard.
No.
Dave's the only one with a standard sample.
Yeah, yeah, 5cl sample.
Imagine that. Like, we finished that 1 litre bottle, which was hard.
Yeah.
And then you get a sample of the 5cl and you go, "Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again." Or you've gone, "I've dealt with your bigger brother. You're a bitch."
You mean nothing to me. You can go in the back of the cupboard.
The thing is, that's what I've done with a few whiskies where I've hidden them behind other things because I don't want people to see them. I do like a Jack and Coke. Not going to judge that. To be fair, Jack and Coke, I drank a lot of that at university.
It's one of those most popular things. I used to drink SoCo lemonade, but then I found the
yeah.
Ferrari Jack, which was Jack Daniels Amaretto and Coke, which was...
Wait, what?
Jack Daniels Amaretto and Coke.
What?
So Barrel di Serrano, basically. It's a Ferrari Jack. That's what it's called.
Mm.
It's quite nice if you like fizzy drinks. If you don't, then it's not.
I have never had that, and I wish I had.
Well, yeah.
I like amaretto. I love amaretto.
Yeah. This is Di Serrano normal, not Di Serrano velvet. But...
I like this runner.
Jesus, how fancy could we make you a Jack and Coke? We could do Sinatra Select, Di Serrano velvet.
Can we perhaps find a non-fizzy Coke without caffeine in it as well?
Oh, a non-caffeinated, non-fizzy Coke. Yeah.
Non-caffeinated, non-carbonated.
Non-carb.
I would actually do a shot of Sinatra and Di Serrano. I'd do that. I'd do a shot of that because you don't need the Coke for it. It's just padding it out.
Yeah,
I'd do a shot of that.
That was always quite nice, Ferrari Jack.
I've never heard of that.
It's just Norwegian Blue back when it used to be there.
Oh,
on Riverside.
jeez. I never got to go Norwegian. Oh, hang on. Norwegian Blue was near Pizza, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I went in there
2
once.
doors down.
Because
Pizza,
they my housemate had his 19th or 20th birthday there, and we went. I bought him a blow up sheep from the near the condom machine in their bathrooms, and then I was told to bring some gaffer tape, so I did. I tied that to his balls. I was like, I got that around his waist, and we blew it up, and he was like, "What have you done?" And I'm like, "It gets worse." How so? And then we tied him to the chair, and I was like, "Good luck."
My old school friend, the one who's came to, when for one of his birthdays when he was at uni, we got him an inflatable sheep, and we went out clubbing, and he had that inflatable sheep handcuffed to his wrist.
That's what we do. That's what I'm talking about. I will admit, you've now just taught me something. I did not know Di Serrano or Amaretto went with Jack.
Yeah.
But I've got a very high-end Jack Daniels, as Dave knows, or very expensive one. Some say it's not high-end at all. It is.
You have Gentleman Jack as well, don't you? Which is
Single barrel.
So
Yeah. I have decent ones. You know, I think they're decent. I say Gentleman Jack's not necessarily decent. It's just better than standard. But the I have some options.
Wild Turkey American honey.
I do want to try the honey one because that liqueur will go with the others.
Yeah, true.
I do want to try it.
We can let you off for that being a honey one. Yeah.
We do like honey liqueurs because I like Tennessee honey. You do too. Tennessee honey's all right. It's probably the best one. It's just a safe option. That is, if you do a liqueur stream, when we do one,
Yeah.
Tennessee Honey is the 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's the
We
constant.
should probably get some of that just for the stream. We might need.
Have a bottle down there
Oh, okay.
in a metal tin
Oh, fair enough.
next to the Tennessee Fire at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, down there.
Yeah. I have a bottle. Don't you worry, brother. I've got this. Breh. I'm gonna do fromage. I've got that. Get the Coca-Cola with the actual, the sherbet. Yes, I've heard about that.
Way more expensive and retro. Yes.
Yes.
Both applicable.
By the way, if
for
anyone
Ferrari Jack from Norwegian Brew.
just think, 'cause I'm pretty sure, and I know 1 or 2 people in my chat do like Jack Daniels. We're not going to hate. You don't hate on it, but it's not that we hate it either. It's that we have done what parents do to their children when they catch them smoking. We have drunk so much Jack in one night that we won't touch it anymore.
Yeah.
And we told the story many times, but basically his friend, whose stag do we were at, that was incredibly awkward, I had to make it more palatable, but the groom-to-be, his bride-to-be, had said that this 1 litre bottle of Jack had to disappear. Now, it was I think it was...
It was full. It was...
There was maybe 1 shot missing,
I
because it was
think
open.
it had been opened,
Yeah.
and he had 1 glass.
Yeah.
And that's why she wanted to disappear,
I
because it
think-
had like 3 years or
I think-
something.
If memory serves, I only remember 1 person having a glass with us.
He did, his dad did, and one of his brothers did.
So 3,
There's
and they were
3
only singles.
yeah.
They weren't. So 3 singles, and the rest was him and I.
Yeah, this was the 2 of us. Yeah.
Yes, and it was done. I mean, I had a few beers in between and a lot of Coke because I was doing fizzy drinks back then. I think you had because you had to.
I was all right until I had the Coke.
Yeah, you were.
Because I was like, I'm thirsty. I need something that's not alcohol to drink. I drank
wasn't.
Coke, and I was like, oh.
I wasn't okay. I was on a 2-seat. I was on the very couch you and I sat drinking it on, which was not big enough for me to lay on. I was completely beer battered. I was laying on that couch with a horrific hangover, and then we went to go and get food, and I'm cross-legged, and I'm like trying to walk straight. I'm sat down to eat
walking
scrambled.
there and then trying to eat. I think I had like a yogurt and some coffee.
I ate so much scrambled egg, and I realised this wasn't helping, so I was getting all the toast. And I sat there pigging out because I'm like, well, it's all you can eat, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then we did the pitch and putt, and I was like, I still have
9 holes
up there in that corner. There is my pitch and putt scorecard up there. In fact, I can prove it. Right, so we did pitch and putt golf.
First one to puke uses. Well, that was me, but that wasn't because of the alcohol. It was because of the Coke I had. He does literally still have the scorecard for the pitch and putt.
This is my scorecard. When I finished, apparently my name on this is George, which is not. That's not my name at all.
No.
But I finished 21 over, which sounds horrific, but I finished 3rd. But it gets better because I made my scores up. I did even worse. I did so badly, but no one noticed. So I was like, well, screw it then. It's a par 3 9-hole course, and I got 21 over. I parred 1. My 4th hole. I think that was a legit par as well, because I'd gone Happy Gilmore on that. But like my first one was 8. Fam, that's not a double bogey. That's beyond bogey. Okay.
Yeah.
Old hangover cure was copious amounts of. I'm very jealous. You do that. I can't do that kind of stuff. But I found food was my help because Quavers and McCoy's before.
Yeah, because didn't we drive back to his afterwards?
Yeah, we did because I was putting music on.
I think I was probably over the limit.
You're way over the limit.
And we sat.
Fam, think about this, right? We left mere hours later, not that long after. I'm sorry, but you had about half of that. I'd say 450 ml of Jack Daniels. You were beyond the limit.
We had like a bag of Sensations crisp between us as lunch.
Was that the Tyson chili or was that the chicken one?
I think that was a lime one.
Oh god, I don't.
And then we drove back to Norwich.
I can guarantee you, I didn't eat those crisps. I can guarantee I didn't eat those because I don't like that flavour. That is a nasty chicken.
Proof I can drive. Well, probably drunk, basically.
Yes, well, it was great because the groom would have been, the bride would have been quite pissed off if you got him back in not in one piece.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the fun story for you guys. I hope you do enjoy it. Shall we? It's been 2 hours 20 in. Shall we send this?
I hadn't started drinking.
It's a big send.
Let us. YOLO Heron.
Oh, suits you, sir.
Well.
Oh. Fucking hell. That is quite a flavour. That is an...
Yeah. See, I think that is probably the only hangover I've had.
What's that? That one?
Jack Daniels one. Even when I downed the bottle of champagne, I didn't actually have a hangover the next
I've
day.
had a few more recently than that. And
Actually,
it pisses...
well, I don't know. I don't
When
know
we
if I
do
had
the-
a hangover the wedding day or not, or whether I was just really tired because we went to bed so late and I didn't sleep well because I was drunk.
No, I was fine then. I was fine then. My issue usually comes from these... sometimes these streams I have headaches, don't I? And I'm like, I don't understand because I've slept all right. I'm not in a horrendous state. I must have been some kind of hangover. I don't quite get it. I don't really get many hangovers otherwise. I don't get, YOLO, you ought to look out. Oh, okay, I like that. Yeah, it's better than you won't look.
Yeah.
We do YOLO swag fam because it's my attempt at sounding middle class and gangster. So it's in it fam, YOLO swag fam, blood brethren, all that. That stuff. Yes,
If we get really tanked, it's Leroy Jenkins.
it's actually Leroy Moist Kids. That voice really does come lower down. It sort of it sits right at the bottom of the neck.
Circling back to a conversation we had about 5 hours ago.
Yeah. It's like we were talking about the singing voice thing and aggression vocals and where it comes from and why it doesn't hurt my voice, for example. Came from both of you. Just yes. Well, I hope Elaine you're able to get some.
Glenturret 10-year-old peat smoked 2021 release.
Yes, and I do believe it's discontinued.
Yes, because there's now at least 2022 and 2023.
I mean, in the sense of accessibility for that particular version. Because I know I can see the 2022 version still. Yeah. I don't know about the 2021. Although I should point out, Dave doesn't have much of this because it's such a nice one as well. It's one of those ones where I wouldn't want to run out of it, but I would want to acquire newer ones if possible.
I think I opened it when we did that stream, didn't I?
Yeah,
I bought it and I hadn't opened it.
You had it for about a year, because you'd had it a while. And then I was like, what non-Peter Isla? I've got one! Oh, cool, what is it? But
so I've got one, it's Welsh. I was like, wait, hang on. I've got this.
Why must you bring back swag? I survived it in 2013, only to get tickled in 2024. Swag is what I call my chocolate stash.
Yes,
which is my Ottoman, which will have to be moved in the summer for safety. Although I might have to move a few things because I can't guarantee with heat going up it will be all right in here. There are a few things that will have to be changed in the summer. We'll see what happens. But yeah, swag is a word I use quite often, oddly enough.
Yes.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so if you were to rate this out of 10, bear in mind, we've given Bushmills 7.5, Edredauer, we didn't actually give it out of 10, did we?
No.
I'd say it's an 8.
It's an 8, yeah.
Would you say Glenturret's higher because it's peated, or would you say it sits so? Because I don't want to think just because it's peated it should be higher.
No, I would say it's probably about the same as the Edredauer. It's a very different type of whiskey.
They also don't make as much either on that one, do they?
No, it's a lower quantity one, but
I would say if I saw that in the supermarket, this bottle
it looks
Glenturret,
far classier.
I would want to buy that and just go, ta-da!
Yeah, I have this.
Look at
this.
Obviously, if I'm really going to do that, it would be the Singleton 25, or the English, or the Macallan,
or one of those
Highland
that comes in a Lalique crystal whatever thing. Yeah.
Not the one that looks like it comes in a crash symbol. It looks like a massive crash symbol with a bottle at the end. That's the Shivas, isn't it? Like, nah. No, actually, if I'm going to show off, it would be the one I'd really show off would be the fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
Highland Park Fire, because that's like, well...
It's like, you think you know what a bottle of whiskey looks like? Look at this.
Yeah. Obviously, you want to play it safe. You pull out a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue on blue. Yes, thank you. Johnny Walker Blue is the one you pull out to show off.
Yeah, that's the one that people have heard of as being fancy, isn't it? It's like, I've heard of blue.
It's not the same as it used to be from what I've been told, but again, times change. If you want to show off to the common man, you just pull out a bottle of Glenfiddich 18.
Yeah.
If you want to show off to 18 because the number sounds better. If you want to show off to somebody who knows their stuff, you pull out a bottle of Glenlivet 18.
Yeah, 18
Singleton 18.
Yeah.
Pulteney 18. And in fact, anything with an 18 on that isn't obscenely expensive.
Yeah.
Dalmore, you can go to the side for a moment.
More like don't do an 18. You can't pull out.
No, but they apparently do. Now when I went on to website 12, 16, 20 were the three main Mortlacs. There is an 18. It's called York. But, or is it 14? It's one of those two numbers.
Okay.
And I think it was the 18. I think it was. But you can't... It's the same bottle, but if I Google it, I can't find it.
Oh.
So I don't think it's out yet. I think they are bringing one out.
It's a new one, yeah.
Well, it showed up in this weird little vignette video. Is that what you call it? Vignette?
Vignette, yeah.
Vignette. Video, like, transition slide. It showed the 12, 16, 20, and then right in the middle, 18 or 14. One of those two.
Okay.
I think it was the 18. And it had at the bottom, like, the 20s, like,
Yeah.
Cowie's Bell, and, like, the Distiller's Dram and Wee Beastie.
Yeah, the Wee Beastie.
The 18, I think, had York something.
Okay.
Yeah, it had my attention.
Interesting.
Since I have the trilogy, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well then.
Does that become part of the trilogy?
Well, I know there's a 14 already, because you can get for like 80 quid on
Well,
a
isn't
site.
my
You got the rare
not
one.
fine. That's
14.
the 14 more.
Well,
as
that
isn't
is. But there's also, you've got the extremely rare one that you got from me. That's also technically an age
it?
statement.
Yeah.
Which, if memory serves, I think is an 18. I think it
remember,
is.
we looked
Well,
into
no,
it,
I
didn't
say
we?
I think it is because I remember Google searching the 18 and
Yeah.
that popped up.
Yeah. We did do some Googling.
Used to drink Glenlivet when I was 17, but always mixed it with store brand soda. So the thing is, Glenlivet has this smooth quality that makes it very frustratingly makes it frustrating because I think because of where it sits, its smoothness of the 12 and the 18. The 18 is obviously sublime, but that
Yeah.
smoothness can often be mistaked for something that's bland and become a mixer. The 12 could be easily used as a mixer, but if you're going to do it, you may as well do Founder's Reserve. You may as well do Caribbean. You may as well do Cognac, which is the 14. You could do it literally any other, including the 13 French Oak if you really want. The 15, though, is...
15 French Oak, which is...
It's not bad. The ABV thinks it was different, wasn't it? No, it's 40.
No. Yeah, it's just the oak. It's not strong at all.
Because Glenlivet sits consistently around the 40% mark, it's one of those odd ones where it could easily be a mixer, but I'd feel a bit wrong doing it with some of them. Like the 15 I chose that because Glenlivet on my birthday sent me a voucher with a huge discount. And I was like, they said I could use it on the 15 or the 18. And I thought, well, I'll do it on the 15 because the 15's a swerve.
Yeah, it was like 40% off or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. But also, it was the flavour profile was a massive swerve from the 12 and the 18, which is quite common. We had it with Pulteney's, we
Yeah,
had it with Singletons as well.
We discussed this before, haven't we?
Yeah,
about
Singletons do it as well.
the
Glenfiddich
Moranchi
do it.
stream, I think we discussed it, didn't we?
Yeah, they're swerves, but they're swerves because they're all different finishes. But they're and so the 12, 15, 18, or 12 in this the 12.
12, 12.
Actually,
14,
no. 12, 15, 18. They're all completely different because that's Amontillado and that's La Santa. It's so different, and this is where that 15. What we noticed was with Glenlivet and Pulteney, especially the 12 and the 18 were incredible smoothness, but the 15s went. Hi, we're going a different way for a moment. We're the rebellious teenager.
Yeah, we're the black sheep of the family.
The rebellious teenager goes, oh, because you can't be bothered. And then the 18 goes, oh, I came to my senses and decided to go this way. I found Jesus.
Turns
Anyway,
out my parents were right all along.
on to the final whiskey, David. The final one. Potentially final
Shall we
one.
prepare? Do we need to prepare ourselves? Do we need to say the ritual?
Which one's that?
Yeah.
Actually, have we even opened this yet? I don't think I've poured anything from it. Now, I just want to be careful here. Clear. Please do not drop this.
What?
You know what I mean? This, please, I beg you don't. It's so expensive.
You've used the old box. Good man.
Yeah. I had a choice of the old and the new images. I've gone with the old one because I was like, because this is the very first Talisker I ever bought. I'm pretty sure Dave has it.
Yes, I have the old box. I kept the box for the new bottle. I put the new bottle in the old box.
So, annoyingly, I don't have mine because I bought it as a 25th birthday present to myself and my third birthday whiskey, but I didn't like it when I first got it, so I gave it to Dave. Oh, here, by the way, hear this music? Yeah, it's the Taylor Swift cover. It's shit. For this to make sense, I have a Dragon Force album playing in the background and they did a cover of a Taylor Swift song and I think it's dog shit. Because it's Taylor Swift. So, Talisker 10. Dave, we have a good history with Talisker, don't we?
Yes, it's like an old friend.
Minus the fact that I didn't like it at first. So I didn't like Talisker until 5 years later. So I bought this in my third year of university. Oh, hang on, not third. I was 23 in Ivory. So my third year, fifth year. 2009. Yeah.
Yeah, because you started before me, didn't you?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, my 23rd birthday whiskey, or 25th? 25th, sorry, because I started when I was 23, didn't I? So when I was 25, I bought this in Tesco. I got ID'd buying it, which was hilarious, because my hair was all over the place. Basically, the woman who was serving me at self-service, well, she couldn't see my face. Basically, my hair was everywhere, wasn't it, back then? I didn't really brush my hair because the wind was all over the place. It just made it impossible. Every time I washed my hair, it rained.
This was a running joke.
It's beyond a running joke. It fucked me off. I couldn't be asked, so I got ID'd. I bought it. It came in this box, this old design. I liked the name of it, and I was like, I'm having this. Also, it was younger than the predecessors. Predecessor, because it's Glenfiddich 12. Predecessor to that was the very first, Glenmorangie 10, which I still have in its original bottle and box. But I was drawn to this one like a moth to a flame, because I liked the name. But I didn't like the whiskey much because I was 25, I was newer to it, I only had 2 other bottles before, and Dave and I weren't as close a friend as we are. Well, I say close. We weren't. Well, we were friends. We just weren't as friendly friends.
We weren't lovers back then.
It took time to blossom. But stuff came eventually. But yeah, no, I wasn't as big on this, so I eventually gave it to Dave. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm almost certain I did. Because I didn't like it. And I regret that because obviously now I know I genuinely love it, but also it was my birthday whiskey. It was a big fuck up on my part. Haircuts, sports. Hang on. It sounds like your haircuts, sports car energy. Basically, yes, I understood what you wrote. You didn't have to delete it. It's the sports car thing of you drive a car and your hair goes everywhere in a convertible. Basically, in Norwich, the wind was everywhere and my hair would legitimately just go everywhere. I'd walk on campus and by the time I got to play squash, my hair was already knotted.
Correct.
That's all right. I see Seaweed and Aeons in the Seaweed in the notes. Yes, because this one is a maritime whiskey.
This is basically like drinking the Scottish coastline.
Basically, and it's like Pulteney. It's maritime. It's that. It's very much inspired, and I like that. I think Taliskers are consistent though. Yeah. Talisker does some fantastic Diageo special releases.
Yeah. Talisker
does do other non-age statement ones now, as a standard. They have Sky and Storm, and they have Port Ree. They have that, but that's very different. If you buy that on Master Malt right now, Port Ree, you get 2 Talisker mugs.
Nice. They are good mugs.
They are. I've got 3 of them.
For evidence.
They're camping mugs.
They are like enamel ones. They are pretty hard wearing.
I've got 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're glorious. And Taliskers are fantastic. So when was the first time, Dave, we had a proper good evening with Talisker?
The worrying thing here is he's asked the historian to remember dates.
You do that while I'm going to eat a chocolate.
Probably like 2010, 2011, playing FIFA, I imagine.
What was the first one you remember then? While I eat a chocolate.
Remember, it's probably the night before your sister's wedding, or the night before the drive up to your sister's wedding.
I have a photo on my desk of the bottle, the samples, before we'd actually started drinking.
Yeah. Much was consumed.
Yes. Because I carried it to the bin with a hangover. At least you got to sleep on the bus.
Which is very rare, because I don't normally sleep in the moving vehicle.
I can't. I was the only one that didn't.
I'm looking forward to the overnight flight back from Florida, where I land on the Friday morning. I have to go back to work on the Saturday. And the Sunday. And then the Sunday night, I've got a charity football game.
You've gone ahead of time, then you've gone back in time. Interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Well, basically, we have a great relationship with Talisker.
It's done us well over the years.
Yeah.
It's provided us some, I would say many great memories, but we can't remember them.
I remember the night before the wedding, travelling up for the wedding.
Yeah.
Somehow went into my sister's cabin. You somehow inflated that bed. I somehow walked around there with you and somehow managed to get back in.
Somehow, yeah.
I went upstairs and then started sending some highly inappropriate messages to Leona.
Well, so I set up the airbed, put my pillows on and the sleeping bag, then realised that was way too much effort. I felt weak, so I had to go and sit outside in the cold for 5 minutes to catch my breath. Because I was like, this is too tiring.
I did do one thing that everyone does when you're laying in bed on your phone. Bang. Yeah. I dropped the phone on my face. I didn't feel it. The next day I was like, my nose hurts.
Well, it could have been Tilly, to be fair, for you.
She could have done it. No, this was it could have been, but it wasn't. It was legitimately me dropping the phone on my face.
I still can't believe we managed to inflate the air, but like crouching, kneeling on the floor, bending over, putting a pump into a hole on a vacuum, and
Thank you, Leona. But yeah, I know. I remember falling asleep and just I felt like absolute crap.
And the worst thing about that was it was like 1:30 in the morning. We had to be up at 5.
It got even worse because my dad was an hour late. So we're still outside with hangovers, and I'm like, I'm still drunk, I'm still hobbling.
It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. We're still in the cold, waiting for a minibus, and we're like, if I could move, I would go back to bed.
No, I was still hammered, and I'm still sort of square stepping, square dancing like I normally do. Fidgeting and my dad arrives. I'm like, right, now I'm going to go get all the bottles and put them in the bin in front of him. So I'm like, there you go, that's what we did last night. We're manly men, Let's go sit at the back of the bus and look a window.
And we bought Wayne.
Oh, we bought him, yeah. He's
the
just
day
over
we
there.
Acquired Wayne.
Wayne's over there.
Right, Wayne.
Oh, Wayne. Yeah. Wayne is a cushion sheep with a snuggie. You can put your hands inside Wayne and keep your hands warm. We used him as an armrest.
Yes.
Because our bus seat didn't have one, and Dave got himself. I bought him a neck cushion, didn't I?
Like a bumblebee neck pillow.
Yeah. And I bought an extra.
When we say bumblebee, we mean an actual bee, not the trunk.
Yeah, I bought an extra snug cushion of an octopus, which you still have as well. Anyway, so Talisker served us well. It's one of those ones where it's not quite Johnny Walker Black.
See you later, BRB.
Thank you for being here. It's not quite like Johnny Walker Black tier for me, where it's I will just shoot it. No, this is one where I'll take my time, but I know what it is. I know how good it is. I don't even need the flavour notes because I know it's just peated, smoked. It's
a bit of brine, a bit of sea salt.
Bit of brine, yeah. It's got
this one
again,
is a little bit oily.
Maritime. It's basically that. It's the whiskey made by the sea. It's what it says on the box, which I don't have here.
So, Ronsil, of course, the paint does exactly what it says on the tin. This is basically the whiskey variant of that.
And yes, we stand Wayne. I have no idea where the fucking name came from either. I don't remember how he got named Wayne. I don't remember. I don't know where that came from. I don't remember wanting to name a big cushion sheep with 2 holes in the side Wayne. I don't remember.
Yeah.
How hammered were we?
Obviously, quite.
Yeah.
We brought him like 4 hours into the journey as well.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I was like, I'm sat on this bus. I'm like, I'm going to need a toilet. I'm going to need to throw up.
This was my advantage of sleeping because I didn't need the toilet because I was asleep.
I sat there watching Scrubs all morning.
Yeah,
okay.
We started watching Scrubs. I fell asleep and then stayed asleep for a while.
Anyway, shall we get into this?
Let us commence.
Cheers, buddy. It's like tasting familiar ground, knowing damn well how good it is.
Hello.
Do not swill that and throw it to the side. So it just goes straight into the wood. Oh, please don't do that. Hi, Michael. Hope you're well. How does it compare to pickle juice? Oh, God. Don't you dare, MJ.
Whole trip sounds like an adorable mess. Bees and sheep and stumbling.
Honestly, the only thing missing was shagging. Back from watching the Two Towers.
I'm assuming that must have been the extended edition for 4 hours.
I don't have that version. I do. I got rid of my cardboard ones because it got damaged. I need to get a new one, new set. I need to get a new set of it because it's one of my favourite movies. But yeah, how does it compare to pickle juice? It's a massive step up from pickle juice because pickle juice is trash. I assume you mentioned that because of the brine.
Yeah.
I don't eat pickles. I'm not against them. I don't hate them. I just don't eat them.
Occasionally partake of one in the McDonald's. If one has to have a McDonald's.
Oh, you mean like gherkins?
Well, yeah.
I know what you mean. But
gherkin,
is that what you mean? Yeah. I know pickles are, they're all right. I just don't eat them. It just doesn't compute. I don't really buy them. But yeah, I'd say this is a massive step up, and you can't go wrong with a Talisker 10. No. It's not necessarily a god tier, but it's certainly one of those whiskies where you pull it out, and if you're pulling it out, you got to pull out with a crowd. Drink, because this is one you pull out and you just drink.
Yeah, Crispbo is not here, but Crispbo likes this one.
I think Banny does too, doesn't he?
Yes, I think Banny does as well.
I hope Bry would like it. Bry likes some quality whiskies if they like Bushmills 21.
Yes, it's a bit different to Bushmills 21 though.
It's a swerve. It's definitely a swerve.
Yeah, it takes a left turn into the sea.
Comes out and goes, "Don't shake me off. Taste me. Lick me. Lick me. Oh, hiya." You might as well stop being a pussy and just drink vinegar straight.
See, when I was at uni, one of my housemates used to just eat vinegar on bread. They literally just get a slice of bread, pour a load of vinegar over it, and eat it.
Do they have any money?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't poor. He just liked vinegar on bread.
No. Hard disavow, mate. Hard disavow. I can't be doing that. So on the nose, it says a fresh and fragrant nose. Through thick, pungent smoke comes sweet pear and apple peels with pinches of maritime salt from "Smoke me a kip, I'll be back for breakfast," and seaweed.
Seaweed, salt, yes.
Kippers, not so much.
No.
But when I
Fish,
think kipper,
no.
I think my sister's Cavalier.
Pears, no. Can't remember what he smelled like. You know?
He smelled like a dog. A really lazy, fat dog. He was really fat and lazy. He was something. He was a character. No,
You'd like to know, wouldn't you, Leona?
Oh. On the palate, it's a bonfire of peat crackling with black pepper, with a touch of brine and dried barley. A welcome delivery of orchard fruit provides a delicate and beautiful balance. I'm going to demonstrate here what I taste. Talisker. Although, if you do what I just did, have it send it straight down the middle without touching too much of the tongue, very fruity. The peat disappears and gets very fruity.
Yeah. It kind of comes back at the back, doesn't it?
Yeah. It sort of chases it and goes, "Oi!
It's like,
Did you forget someone?"
I'm here, laddie.
Oh, yeah, lady, yeah. Sound like customer service for Halifax. Oh, yeah, laddie.
Or customer service for your sister trying to order a prescription, who was told to best start walking like 40 miles.
I'm trying to think of how to do a Scottish accent and then just insert just some Scottish accented version of saying, "I've only had one bottle of Buckfast. I can talk to you fine."
Who the hell is holla?
Google Translate says no. Oh, wouldn't you, Dave? I'll put it on my shopping list. Please do, Brian.
Oh,
Talisker 10
butt
is
stuff.
all right. Talisker 10 is an absolute banger. By the way, if we do just occurred to me, the stream we intend to do Monday, the tasting one, does it come with the one that's in that decanter?
The box is in my bag in the lounge.
We'll check when we go back.
know.
Yeah, we'll check. Anyway, yeah, we'll check then.
There's 4 in it.
Oh, we'll have that then, won't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't
All right.
remember exactly what they are.
Do you want to do 10 seconds on this, Dave?
No.
Well, I can't, so it has to be you. 10 seconds, one for every year of maturation.
Talk about taking one for the team.
Yeah, well, what a shame. What a shame, bitch tits. Get it down, ya. Sorry, what, heron? Oh, swallow me, daddy. Get me down, ya. Moist. So, how was that?
You know the rules of the side piece agreement. No,
I feel like I've just drunk some sea.
Oh, really? I do live near the sea. We can do a 20-minute run, but you can get down there and have a little taste. Just get into the ocean and be like, no, it's not the same.
Oh, that is good.
And demonetized. Well, I think this stream might be anyway, to be fair. But that's all right. We're trying to keep it restrained. We're trying. We're failing. We're trying. We are nearing the end after all, but we might be able to sneak something else in. I'm not sure.
Please, more throat noises.
Oh, what the
growling.
Still going.
Are we?
Long finish.
Long finish.
I can do that. It is a lengthy finish, though, isn't it? How would you? Right. So be object. Try and be objective. Although we do have a bit of favoritism here.
Error 404.
Where would you rate this to the others, though? I'm going to be a dickhead and say outright, I think it's the best one. Because I know Talisker well enough. I like this one enough. And to be honest, I've yet to encounter a dud Talisker.
So...
It's also really good value for money.
Yeah. I would say... I would probably rate 1v1. I think I'd probably rate the Glenturret slightly higher as a standalone one-off.
Yeah.
But for the familiarity of Talisker, the nostalgia of it, I don't think we can put it lower than anything else on the list.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Because it's given us so many good times over the years that we can't remember. And the ones we can remember.
They're so good. I don't remember.
To be fair, those of you watching the August driving stream a couple of years ago will be able to verify.
We started on Talisker, but if you know what I said earlier, I ended on the Bunahaven. Dave ended on the Jamesons. I know this because it was my Jamesons.
Yeah. Am I still the only one that's had that?
Of what?
The 18.
That wasn't what you had then. And I did have it for Jameson's January stream.
Oh.
I've only had one glass. No, it was a standard bottle of Jameson back then. Yeah. It was good though. Because I had a glass of that as well.
Head Club Orange and the Johnny Walker shots.
Oh yeah, half a bottle of that. The 20cl Talisker 10.
Yeah.
All those Johnny Walker Fire Ice and White Walker.
Yeah.
And the Bunahaven and the Jamesons. Just like, right, let's go. Let's go.
It might take us a minute or two.
We're holding on to the front of the wall of the house just to get round to the cabin.
Yeah. No, I think if I was given a shot of that and a shot of Talisker, so Glenturret 10, I think I would probably prefer the Turret 10 because there's a little bit more all round to it.
Higher AVBV helps, I think.
But
also that's a peated whiskey.
Yeah, but I think for the fact how much of Talisker we've had and how well we get on with it, it's got to be up there.
I'd also argue Talisker's a bigger name. Talisker's one of those ones where it's...
A lot of people heard of Talisker.
Yeah.
I mean,
Turret, not
obviously
so much.
Chris Bow is from some Scandinavian area.
Yeah, he's from Belgium. Was it Luxembourg? No, it's a delicious... The thing with Talisker, you don't go wrong with the 10. The Diageos have always been good. And I've got one open over there.
Yeah.
The special releases they do every year are good, although I can't guarantee one of them because I don't remember ever tasting it.
We don't know how good Glenturret as a whole is. We've only had this one.
Yeah, and twice now. Although we would say all the whiskies except for one have been exceptional. NWAC is kind of...
It's a bit... Yeah.
It's good, but I think it's only because it would be better if it was smoked.
Yeah.
I think because it felt like they'd taken the smoke out of it.
Yeah.
They'd basically given it a vasectomy.
From memory, the Smoky 10 was the one that everyone, when they launched these, the Smoky 10 was the one that they raved about, saying this was something like really good. I think it's the Smoky 10, the original 12 were the best two.
So what makes this fascinating is that's a Highland, this is an Island. Both had that peaty quality, both have the smoky quality. I think the peat on that is superior because it's pronounced. I think the smoke on this is better because the smoke on this is like...
The Turret is more peated, the Talisker is more smoked.
Yeah, so this is where the smoke, I think, just... It's got a nice softness to it. It's not like the peat on that, because the ABV especially, when you compared the Glenturret to the Edredar or Erebor, it was vastly different. It hit harder and it hurt a little bit at first, but it was still delicious.
Yeah.
You know, it's fantastic.
Talisker's got a very different complexion to the others. This one is definitely more oily.
Yeah,
the others are
it's got that
very
sea
kind
quality,
of fluid.
Yeah.
This one's got that kind of...
Well, it says here, the finish is long, bonfire embers, toast malt, and crystallise a sugary underlay. So I agree with that. It's fantastic. Orla, would you write? Stop with your fascism and deleting your own stuff.
Stop self...
Pay the man for the lewdness. Yeah, please do. We're trying, okay? We're begging for shekels.
Yes, we need them.
Although, to be fair, we are ending the stream soon, so There's not going to be much more left, I'm afraid, because we need to shut down and go chill out for a little bit.
And it is nearly makes bedtime, so sleepy.
I am getting quite sleepy, but we're doing all right. No, Michael, how dare you fascist?
Well,
just like the stream at least, then. Bitch. Should we send it?
Yeah, how many likes do we have? There's only 8 people left here now, but we have 17 likes, so that's pretty good.
I'll take it. You know, we average usually about 20 at most, so that's all right. Shall we send it?
You know, I do think I see a heron over there.
No, so do I. Heron. Brutal.
Ooh.
Different shot. Very different.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Ooh. That's a harder shot. That okay. Context here. Of all of them, that was the hardest to shoot, even though it's not the strongest.
Yeah.
I forgot.
An inbuilt power to the whiskey.
Smoke does that, I think, as well. But the Glenturret, easy shot. Bushmills, easiest shot. The Erebor, Edredauer, very nice sweet shot. The Ben-Riach.
Ben-Riach, again, was pretty easy.
Yeah. And thank you,
hello.
Ola, for the... Oh,
MJ and Ola.
Oh, throat noises moist.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Dave can't do it. And MJ, thank you for the donation as well. That was really generous of you. I wish I could like that, but apparently you won't let me. All it lets me do is put you in timeout.
I mean, I feel like that's not quite worth it. For...
No, I definitely don't.
I can, however, like Ola's things.
I've liked Ola's. I can't like MJ's.
No,
otherwise, because all it lets me do with MJ is time her out.
Yeah, or hide.
Ah, moist. Ah,
Daddy. So. If you were to rate this, all these whiskies tonight, because we did it before with the non-Islay peated, where would you put each one? Because I feel like the order is the order we did them in. For me. Do you put Ben-Riach at the bottom? That seems fair, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's still good, it's just I think the smoky will be better. No timing out MJ, we like them. Of course we like MJ. We're not a complete fascist. Ew, what's the ew for?
Ew.
She said, stop it, Daddy.
5, 4, 3.
We're doing 3 better than 5?
Yeah, that's the word.
Building up to 1, yeah?
5th, 4th, 1st.
You want Turret to be 1, really, don't you?
I am 50-50.
Barely any water.
It's Turret or Talisker.
So, I will put Turret 2, Talisker 1, but only because my soft spot and bias for Talisker will always put Tally
That's what
at
I'm
1.
I'm trying to do this without thinking like that.
It's impossible.
But it's important because we've had so much Talisker over the years.
Thank you, someone, for the donation. I really appreciate that.
Ew. Stop it, Daddy.
Oh, it was you, Elena. Thank you.
You're just feeding us lines now, Leona. Yeah, No, I think Talisker probably still is top.
Yeah, the thing is, this doesn't mean they're bad, though. Bear in mind here, the Bushmills is brilliant. Tropical, warm, welcoming, smooth. The Edredauer, Erebor as we were naming it because it's funnier, is also brilliant, but so vastly different. The Ben-Riach was still good, but compared to the others, it's the weakest. And the Glenturret and the Talisker are both brilliant, but both are different. Bear in mind here, Bushmills is Irish, Edredauer is a Highland Scotch, Glenturret is a Highland Scotch, Ben-Riach is a Speyside, Talisker is an island, not Ireland, island,
No,
Island.
Yes, Island.
Island, yes. They're all vastly different.
It is land, not sea.
Yes, it's not the one at war with the Protestant and the Catholics. Sorry, the prostitutes and the Catholics. Sorry, Protestants. Same thing. They're all prostitutes. No, it's completely different.
And demonetised.
Yeah, it was earlier. It's fine. But the point is, these are all vastly different. It doesn't mean any of them are bad. It just means they're very, very unique in their own way. Let me move us back here though, because I think, this has been all right. Is there anything we've forgotten to talk about, perhaps? Or
We haven't, to be fair, we haven't actually talked about all the others. But we don't know too much about all the rest anyway. So
okay, so there are a lot of 10-year-old whiskies we haven't mentioned. or give much thought to it. And I was hoping to do a list before we did this so we get it right, but we didn't actually compile a list because we didn't have time.
No.
But there are a lot of 10-year-old whiskies. We mentioned Ben Rins earlier.
Yeah.
Master of Malt with the Seaweed and Aeons 10. We have that.
Which we do have.
We have we have other sample 10-year-olds in the bottom corner. Dave's going to go and quickly grab Black Bottle, do a 10-year-old. Black Bottle, they're a screw top by a distillery. They do some experimentals though. Yeah, what's that one? Cornmeal Rickenhouse one. Pass me, bring them over. Come on, bring. There's only 4 to go with. Bring them over, Dave. Right. Okay, so 10. I've got right. We've got Ben Rins, 10-year-old, batch 16. We have Black Bottle, 10-year-old. We have Auchroisk, Flora and Fauna, and then we have one that is Charcoal and Cornmeal and Rickenhouse and a Decade, which I bought because it's a bourbon.
Seaweed and Aeons branded.
It's a bourbon. But it actually says it on the bottom. It's a bourbon. Which may well feature in the American stream we do, because it's bourbon. But there are other 10s.
There's probably some others.
There are many others. There are many others. It's just we couldn't name them because we didn't have the list. But anyway, yeah, we had options to go with, and originally we were like, let's go with some big names. No, let's just do anything. Let's do some other things. I can't be asked.
It turned into what we could bring, / what we had to hand, / what looked good in the photo. All of the various factors that we have to consider when trying to do internet things to get engagement. He goes back to the cabinet now, trying to see if he can find anything else. Murica. Yes, Murica.
Oh, Andrews do a 10.
Ah, yes, excellent.
Lay Check, I think, do one as well.
Possibly.
I think the first stage statement is a 10, in fact.
As we are nearing
some
the
Master
end.
of Malts do ones as well. Speyburn do a 10.
Yes. Speyburn, yeah.
Yep.
As we are nearing the end, does anyone have any last questions or anything they'd like to talk about regarding either 10-year-old whiskies particularly or just whiskies in general? We are here. We are happy to attempt to answer questions and
you get
pretend
1
to know
minute.
what we're talking about. And Meg is clicking the buttons, which suggests that the stream end is nigh.
Well, no, I'm dragging chat back over here so I know where I'm going.
He also digs into some chocolate.
Well, I'll probably wait until I get back to the house. We'll shut down and go back and do it then. I think we might be done, actually.
There's another challenge. We've got another night where we've got to set up an airbed after some Talisker.
Yes, but thankfully it's only the one glass. You should be all right this time.
Yeah.
I have to wait till Monday to clear. Well, no, actually, because I'll be a little bit busy at first, but we'll be able to tidy up at least tomorrow before we go.
So it's a later train, isn't it? So
explosions? Sadly, none here.
no.
Okay, well, I think we're done. Is there anything you'd like to say before we finish?
Just thank you to those of you that have joined us. Please do check out Discord if you are on Meg's Discord. We will be doing a stream on Monday.
Yep.
Which will be of the Glenturret distillery.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Please do check us out there and our Instagram and like, share, subscribe, etc.
It will be the stream on Discord be a voice recording. We will record it and we'll be posting it as an audio file for people who are interested. We are going to be doing 2 streams in a week in April.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we won't be doing any in May, so we need to get some out of our system. The next stream on the list is the one we're probably looking forward to the most. We're doing entirely Islay next. We're talking all the peat.
It's gonna be great.
And another and a swerve.
Oh.
Bunnahabhain.
Oh.
No peated.
Non-peated Islay.
But I do have a Bunnahabhain that's peated.
Oh.
Moigna.
Oh yes.
Which literally means peat. All right. Well, thank you for joining, guys.
Yes. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed.
Say good night, Dave.
Good night, Dave.
Good night, Dave.
And good night, Leona.
Ben Rins is 56.8.